match all the early hype there. The first semifinal, the games we had at the start were ridiculous. And so these two said, let's do that again in the second semifinal. We've got Leary in the red. He is playing as the Vietnamese. And we've got Sebastian in the blue playing as the Khmer. And it is mired, Dave.
And now I have big trees. Now I have big
Nice.
trees because of the crash before. We'll get it figured out, though. This bamboo is huge, dude. I'm not used to this. Anyway, Leary is TCing right on the edge and Sebastian TCing right on the edge. And it feels like more players are going towards this strategy, but they don't TC on the wood line. Leary did that yesterday, and it didn't work out for him, right? So they're going to TC on the edge so the boars are closer to the TC, and they'll just make the lumber camp.
Yeah, and I think you and I both seem to think that this is worth it. You get the TC up a bit faster, which gives you the villagers faster, and then it's just so much easier to bring in the boars.
Okay, Leary was really close to really bad timing there running into the TC, but he does manage to get away from that. He sees where the town center is from Sebastian. He would have seen that anyway with Vietnamese. And Sebastian already pulling in a boar. Leary pulling in a boar. And the fight will begin for those middle boars. The ones near the town centers, they should be able to get them in pretty quickly. It's also worth pointing out the TCs are fairly close on Mired. Usually it's on the opposite sides of this area.
You're right. They're kind of to the same side. Now, Leary does have one which seems a little closer here, and Leary was really close to being able to get some shots off on Sebastian's horse, but good play so far. I guess some general stuff real quick. Like, do you agree? Do you think this is going to be a long series here between these two, or do you think one's got a big edge?
I don't think either one has a big edge, no. I think Sebastian probably put in more prep work, and you heard ACCM credit him and saying, like, Sebastian's really prepared for this. Leary did look, in terms of, like, Leary's normal preparation, Leary looked more than prepared for this.
Yeah.
More than he usually does anyway. And
I agree.
I would expect big things from both of these players. Sebastian's getting awfully close to that TC. Doesn't take any damage somehow from the arrows. And Leary gets that boar underneath.
Yeah, so far, we haven't seen any vills go down. Leary's going to try and block. Loom is actually on the way for Sebastian, but Leary's going to have to move as well. There's no way that's worth
don't
it.
lose the horse. Oh, he lost
but he
the
killed the
villager. Wow. He actually managed to snipe that. Great job from Leary. That's worth it as long as the horse is still alive. And Sebastian even got Loom and still loses the Vil. He could have hopped in the house there.
If you research Loom and lose the Vil and your opponent doesn't research Loom, you're down 2 Vils for the time being.
Sebastian should have hopped in the house with that Vil.
Yeah, I was thinking he might try that. But I also thought that there was no way he would lose the Vil. I thought Leary didn't have a chance at that. And now look at Sebastian trying to get revenge. And this just all comes down to if you're clicking fast enough. But Leary also has to click his horse in front of the boar. Man, that's really well played from Leary. Really well played. And Sebastian's going to bait the garrison there to make things a bit messy. You love to see it, but smooth start for Leary here.
Yeah, boar gets under the TC. Sebastian gets another boar of his own. So what are we thinking? Khmer versus Vietnamese in this Civ matchup. I mean, Khmer and Vietnamese haven't really been the most popular picks here. We usually see Goths, which was banned out. We'll see Mongols, which usually gets banned out, right? Some other civs like Portuguese have been played. I think
Leary, there's no way. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's no way that he gets this, right?
This
is
try.
Bold, dude.
He's gonna try.
2 of them?
With Loom. He does have Loom.
He got Loom, but this is a long way to walk, dude. This is crazy. There's 2 boars attacking you now. Leary, what were you thinking, Leary?
This is a Deadville. 100%. Yeah, he's dead. He didn't even get halfway home. He did not even get halfway home. And now Sebastian's going to try the same thing. He needs to bring his horse over, and those boars are running back to where they originally started near his base.
Leary might send another Vil behind this, but the horse is weak from Leary, so nice job from Sebastian to realize he actually could just attack the horse, and the horse won't be able to block. And now Leary's going to try again. Oh, boy. Here he goes. And Sebastian's going to get his board just in time. And this is round 3 for Leary. It's just 1 boar this time, though, with Loom.
Yeah, he should be fine on that. He should be fine on that front. It's amazing. I didn't think that all these boards had been pulled in, but there's only one remaining after this one gets back to Leary's TC.
I think Leary got 5 of them, right? So you think he got all of his 5?
So Sebastian then got 6. Isn't there 11 or is there 10?
Well, I think this might actually have been 6 for Leary, the one he just brought in, because I think he got his 5 plus that extra one, which means
Regardless,
Sebastian's on
a
4.
lot of food for both. Ton of
Yeah.
food for both players.
Okay, so back to your original question. You were asking how I think the games will play out. I mean, I like both civs. I think Khmer are easier in the opening because you could just skip that barracks and go for the fast opening, whatever it may be. And I think Vietnamese are better if they can get the full walls down. Vietnamese would want probably cav archers in this matchup.
Khmer can
And
counter
I
those,
think-
though. The Scorpions.
Yeah.
The extra range really, really helps on the Scorpions.
But messy games favor the Khmer. You can hop in and out of houses. You could just farm wherever, and it's super efficient. There's no question that I think if the game is messy, it's better for Sebastian here. But he's not planning on clicking up anytime soon. He's got a bunch of vills in queue. He added
He's gonna
3
go
farms.
fast castle with Khmer. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it.
Right.
So there's a lot of walling to do yet if he wants to wall up, but it might be nerves, but that's a lot of vills in queue still. It almost makes me think he doesn't realize how much food he has.
Sebastian is a player that will queue up a ton of vills on average.
Yeah.
And he knows
He
it,
is-
and he'll just unqueue them, and suddenly his score boosts, and he has enough food to go up. But this is definitely a fast castle play from him, 100%.
Yeah, it has to be. He also is one of his strengths for me is how frequently he is producing everything in the game. I think he's the best at it in the game right now.
Uh-oh,
Like the
here
thing with
comes
him is
Leary.
even if he's taking losses, even if he's taking losses, he's typically just producing so much more than the average player. And Leary almost taking a page out of MBL's book from prior rounds and is just going to try and stop the full walls here with a bit of a Vill rush.
Yeah, and Sebastian is going to have to pull vills to deal with this. And now we're looking at his resources. He might not have enough food when he gets to feudal age to immediately click up to castle age. This might have already screwed him over. This pressure
Yeah,
from Leary.
it really, really good for Leary. Leary's fine with this. He's going to stay in feudal age for a while, and Leary kills a Vill, which is the second one. He walks on in with 5 Vills, denies the wall, and goes for a range. So this is going to be spears and skirms, and this is going to be really messy for Sebastian to deal with.
Sebastian does have 4 vills queued, so that's 200 food extra, but doesn't have the gold, right? Has just built a mill on the left side to get a little bit more food income. This fast castle isn't going to work. He's trying to wall off the side, and he does get that down, which is great. But Leary now has villagers forward. He's got the archer range as well, and now he has a chance to push those villagers off food too. This is not a good setup for Sebastian. He's going to get the feudal age, and he's going to be stuck there.
The positive here is that this forward isn't hitting the mill directly, and it's not able to really disrupt the wood immediately either. So he could just drop 2 ranges himself, maybe go range in a stable, and potentially push this back. I think this is way worse if the mill he just built on the left gets disrupted, or the berries are he's completely pushed off the berries, you know?
Archer range for
But I
Sebastian.
like Leary's momentum.
Wood upgrade for Sebastian. He could snipe that horse if he's paying attention right now. He actually goes for a tower on the wood line. Still has 8 villagers in the queue. So a lot more
Crazy.
food than you might think.
Yeah, and I think that's something he's going to sort out, but also if it is nerves, maybe something that could affect him at some point if he's not realizing how much he has in
like
queue.
I said, though, he generally has a ton of villagers in queue, so he generally knows what's going on.
Yeah. And never bad to have to make sure your TC's not idle. The tower is going to go up there for both players. That is still a really good tower, if you ask me, from Leary. Sebastian's just going to have to build a new lumber camp. Just make it easy for yourself. Get to wood elsewhere. Look at Leary's base, though, Dave. He is wide open. So if a counterattack happens, it could be kind of problematic for him.
It's only skirms at the moment, so the counterattack potential is not really there. Sebastian unqueued the villagers. 350 food. The fast castle, it just was never going to work, right? Leary identified that he was up late. He came forward. Leary is losing that tower a little bit, though, so Sebastian will need to keep focusing on that, and Leary's going to need to repair. Good villager hops. to protect those.
Yeah, and eventually they could both just run out of stone. I think normally the defender should always win here, though, because you could put 5 in your tower, and then you could send 2 vills to batter down the other tower. But I guess the skirms kind of make that awkward.
Already a really good game for game number 1. Love it.
Also, it's not really what I expected at all. I would not have
No.
said forward from either of them. So I don't know if Leary wants this type of game every game, or if he just saw an opportunity with the matchup and the way Sebastian was walling up. But I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've seen Leary go forward with towers in his career.
It's not a common thing to see for sure. Leary starting to get the farms up at home. Has a couple idle villagers, but overall, the resources collected ahead for him because he's had less disruption. He does still have these 5 vills forward, but they definitely done their job. You can see Sebastian with 3 villager losses here. Leary's killed 2 of them. He lost the one to the boar earlier. And Leary only losing that first villager when he was trying to lure in that boar. So really solid. Also doing a fantastic job on the tower war, garrisoning the villagers. I say that, and he might lose her now. Oh, boy. Jinxed it.
And, okay, so it gets pushed away. Sebastian did go to stone, so he would have been able to build more towers. And he also has kept his skirms inside that range this whole time. One of those things. Yeah, like, normally you'd show your skirms. And I don't know if Leary's expecting this. Also, the other thing about the other thing about over queuing vills is your score is super low.
Yeah.
Look at that, 10 vills. So that's hundreds of food that's not in the bank.
Leary didn't see those skirms at all. They went from the archer range right to the TC, and he's going to sneak out here. I know it's only skirms, but it's 7 of them. They could be a big problem. That's a weak villager building the house there from Leary. Like that,
Sebastian
that should be a dead vill.
Sebastian does have a hole. Now, will Leary
won't find that.
think there's a hole?
No.
No, he's going to go home because he was never expecting 7 skirms, dude. Like, skirms out of nowhere from Sebastian. Leary thought he would have time to chill. And, oh, man, Sebastian actually backs up.
And Leary's going into the TC from Sebastian. Losing control of his units a little bit. Doesn't take too much damage.
That's so funny. I think that's why Sebastian went back for a second, because he saw there was an opportunity for Leary to run through there. Leary did panic up the walls and get them down. He has no stone, but he has the time to deal with that.
And he's going to go up to Castle Age first.
And he's going to click up. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, Leary's skirms are better than Sebastian's. They have 6 extra HP, which is great in these fights, but Sebastian is just keeping Leary at his own base. Meanwhile, queuing up more skirmishers.
I mean, when you're against the Vietnamese, you're expecting range units. But maybe to beat the Vietnamese with your own range units, you need more. I think Sebastian's micro is going to be fine here. He's also got the fletching upgrade. Leary's not really going to be too concerned if he sees more skirms.
Scouts from Sebastian now. So feudal age play against a castle age opponent soon that will potentially be full walled. This could be big trouble for Sebastian if he's caught off guard. I don't know if he knows that Leary's up yet.
Leary's spot is kind of weird though, right? Like, he doesn't even have the res for the stable right now because he had to refresh a really bad lumber camp. And so he'll make the stable. Then he has to decide, can I even go scouts now? Maybe I just make a knight. Leary has to hide that decision. So if Sebastian sees it, Sebastian could just wall up at home.
Thank God Leary's walling here. Who was it yesterday that just refused to wall?
Nikov, dude.
Nikov. Oh,
that
God, yeah.
Had nightmares about that afterwards. I know he won the game anyways, but yikes. But I'm glad you bring it up, and I'm glad Leary's doing it because Sebastian needs to do the same. You cannot be counterattacked here. And also, very surprised that Leary's actually still on stone. He sees 12 skirms. He hasn't made a stable, and he's still on stone, seemingly for rats and archers.
Sebastian, not even on gold yet. He's just going to sell food, I think.
Yeah.
And his food eco
Dude,
is kind of insane.
I want to see ballista elephants so bad.
Yes, ballista elephants against Vietnamese are really tough to stop.
Agreed.
What do they do against that?
What does anyone do in a 1v1 against 30 elite ballista elephants these days?
Siege
is there
onagers
anything?
Is the only thing.
Yeah, because I've seen it now. You need a lot more eco than just one TC, but it is actually really hard to stop.
Demos, yeah.
Okay, so
demos.
Leary... Did demos, true. Monks, obviously.
Yep.
Vietnamese do have Halb, so I guess that would be an option too. But yeah, Leary just falls back into a boom here. So drops the TCs. He's going to be on the back foot. Will drop a siege workshop as well. Sebastian just still poking away. This is good for Sebastian, though. He can make a lot of decisions in the feudal age and early castle age because Leary's just trying to soak up all this pressure.
Mm-hmm.
He still has more on stone. He's going to build another mining camp on that stone. Is Sebastian going to go castle drop it?
Sebastian actually might make ballista elephants here. If he castle drops right there on the front side, I mean, it's a risk because Mangonel is going to be out from Leary. If he castle drops there, then he can like cut through with the ballista elephants or just bust through with the castle. And yeah, it could be a problem for sure for Leary, especially with the stables behind.
The problem he might run into, though,
Sending
is
the
one
Vils.
Mangonel from Leary stops a forward castle.
But what if the castle goes in the north, away from the Mangonel? You could get one there that kind of like ranges both TCs a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he'll see the Mangonel now, so he'll probably try and keep the Mangonel on the right side.
Yeah, he'll keep it busy.
See what Leary can see. I don't think Leary has Town Watch yet. That would be really valuable.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. And why would you ever expect a forward castle from Khmer?
From Khmer, yeah, no one's doing that. Exactly. I don't know if he'll be able to get the siege over there in time to deal with it. There's Town Watch, so it's a good call. And that is a castle that will not be denied. That castle will go up for Sebastian, right?
There's simply nothing here from Leary. Unless he wants to go for a counter castle, which I don't think he really has the setup to do. He could put one on the hill to protect himself.
Doesn't have a
Siege
market.
Workshop now. Coming up behind from Sebastian. Yeah, Leary, no market is going to kill him. He can't he can't buy the resources he needs for that castle, so he just needs to abandon the stone or hope that he can gather enough. He's got another stone that he's collecting from. Here's
He'll get it.
TC.
He'll get it, but he will lose the TC. So the 3 TC boom will turn into 2 TCs eventually. It makes it awkward. It's funny he's about the stone wall. I mean, if we do see a ballista elephants can just chop the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not something we typically see, but there's always potential of. Sebastian with full map control. I mean, res collected, it's ahead for Leary. Sebastian probably needs to go for a second town center himself. He's still got so much stone. But pressure's on Leary here. But having said that, when you come into a game 1, sometimes you're not fully warmed up, and Leary looks like he's ready to go. The eco upgrade, timing, the attack earlier was super smooth.
This is such a Sebastian-style game right now. You know, he got the horse collar early, got the farm set up, and then he's just map control. And he's producing units from a lot of different buildings. He's got the first ballista elephant in the castle now. The Mangonel coming up behind. He's not really a guy to just sit back and wait.
This is so good from Leary, though. Look at this. He's like, okay, he's probably going to go that way with his light cap, probably going to push. I have time now to drop a castle here to protect that area. Still could be really awkward for him elsewhere, though.
Could be really awkward once +2 armor comes in and those ballista elephants just chop right through those trees.
Nice shot there from Leary. The ballista elephant could be converted, though.
It doesn't have... Oh, yeah, you don't need redemption to get them, do you?
Nope. I think as much as I love the ballistas, I really think you just want to make one. You don't want to overmake them. Here he goes.
Here he
He's jumping
comes.
through the trees.
And the
Did he
light
get
cav are
through?
in. Oh, Leary gets the quick wall. Oh my god, last second. That could have been so brutal for him. +2 light cav in his eco, and
would've been-
last second quick wall comes up from Leary. He's stonewalling all the wood lines.
So smart. Yeah, that was the warning there for Leary. He knows now that it's probably going to happen again. Great decision from him to stonewall behind everything here. Still a lot of pressure from Sebastian. Leary now loses his monk. Leary clearly a little distracted,
Nice attack round, though.
but he gets another shot there. And yeah, Sebastian's going to see the stone walls. These ballistas aren't going to do anything to get through those stone walls now.
We'll have to go to the other side. But if Leary stonewalls off all the wood, where's he going to get the wood? You know, like, he
Yeah,
might be
I guess he does
stonewalling
have a
himself
lot.
into the corner by now.
Feels like Leary's going to want... Well, obviously, he can't let this army break in right now. And I'm really surprised Sebastian isn't going for the simpler play of just attacking the palisade walls.
Look at the resources
But
from Leary. Look at the eco upgrades from Leary.
yeah, he wants Imp, dude. He wants Imp. He may even delete his own walls and try and sneak a castle near the castle of Sebastian so he could treb that down. And here come the ballistas. It'll take him a while to get there, but they're coming over here for these trees now. And will Leary wall behind these trees?
Great attack round from Leary again, holding off those mangonels.
Yeah, that mangonel's killed what, like 3 maybe?
No,
I guess
no.
that's maybe a new one.
It's a different one. Sebastian just killed one, and Leary got an attack round off at the last second.
So it took Sebastian a long time to get his eco set this game. Way longer than I'm usually expecting. But he went very aggressive here. He hasn't been able to break Leary yet. He is on 3 town centers now, which is ahead of Leary because Leary basically isn't producing out of 1. And here come the ballista elephants. Dude, Leary, you can see the ballista elephants on your screen, my friend. You've got to you've got to have an answer for these. Yeah.
He's got enough stone for another castle if he wants to go for that.
And I can't help but feel like if Sebastian would just take out the palisade walls in front of the TC, the Lightcap could have been in.
Yep, it probably could have.
Sometimes the more obvious choice isn't... It just doesn't feel right.
Lightcap
There we go. Ballista elephants cut through. There's a hole there for Leary. He's got to drop a castle, but he's going to lose lots of vills. And he loses the monk. And this is harassment from Sebastian. This is good work from Sebastian here. Lightcap might actually want to stay in there, run to the back. Leary's running out of gold now, and the micro from Sebastian on Leary's TC. He out-micros the Mangonel. Leary will be an imp, but with very little space to work with right now.
I think you can't kill Leary now. What you have to do is delay him long enough so that you can get your eco sorted and get up to imp yourself. With like a really, really good Khmer eco. Farms everything. I'd also love to see him grabbing the relics. He's got monks coming out already. So I think you take advantage of this map control and snag those relics while you can.
I like that Sebastian is building an outpost where he is in the north, because that actually feels like a very valuable position for Leary to reclaim. And even though Leary is walled, I've seen many instances where players would just delete the walls and run out there to build a castle. So you just can't let that happen. Unless Leary has his army there.
Sebastian can see the gold in the north. Leary cannot.
Ooh. That's weird. Okay. But, I mean, Leary has a lot of rats and archers. And this is Leary we're talking about.
Look how little they do to the Bliss elephants, though. That's what I'm saying. Bliss elephants against Vietnamese, like...
Yeah, but, I mean, Sebastian can't even afford one more right now. It's so expensive. And what's he going to do against the rats and archers? And the trebs.
He's going to come in with Lightcap. He's going to force him back into the other direction. 4 mangonels from Sebastian over there. Killing the houses from Leary. And Leary is now housed.
Pop capped. Sebastian's rolling now. Leary's got to run back home with these ratons. Like you said, it gives him time. And his resources are ticking up here. He's not producing any more military units. So he's going to have a lot of that food saved. He will snag the relics. He might click up here. But he's still so far from it. Look, 15 vills in queue for Sebastian right now. Might be worth idling here soon. It's hard to think of course. But yeah, he just canceled a bunch of vills. He uses the market.
And he's up.
And he's going to be up. Beautiful. But he's probably going to lose this castle. I don't think there's anything you could do to stop yourself from losing this castle. You just repair it. And you hold for as long as possible. Leary's got a crazy good food eco. Normally when you're pressured like this, you don't have 40 farms yourself.
Well, he doesn't have much stone or gold to take. Like, he's got that. Those are his last 2 tiles of gold that he's taking in his base.
True. Yep. He does have a relic in there to maybe snag. But like have Rats and Archer, I think that the Khmer player would need to have Siege combined to deal with that. But it's so tough to get there. Just buying himself time right now, Sebastian.
Sebastian has 1 relic so far. He's got monks searching for the other relics. He's trying to sneak away with that one. It was behind his castle, as Leary has to respect the mangonels, even with Imperial Age Rattan Archers.
I don't know if I've ever seen Leary give someone's mangonels that much respect.
Yeah. Well, to be
Like,
honest,
normally,
Sebastian's been really good with them this game.
well, also the rats and archers. They only have 7 range with Bracer. Oh man. And
Oh God!
maybe that's why he should have respected it. He loses most of his
Sebastian!
rats and archers.
He
That was
keeps
crazy good
he
for
keeps
Sebastian.
2 of these mangonels alive as well. So Leary's Rat and Archer mass is not looking good, and Leary's gold. He's out of gold.
He's no gold. No
He's out of
yeah.
gold.
I mean, he could maybe. He also doesn't see the gold in the right, Dave.
Oh wow.
And he doesn't see the gold in the north either. So he's trying to reclaim the gold that Sebastian was just taking.
Yeah, that's really, really bad for him. Really bad. He needs to see that other gold in the north.
Sebastian just missed a potential attack round. It could have killed all the rats and archers again. And Leary noticed it, thankfully,
Nice
and he
micro
does
from
snipe
Leary.
him. But now Sebastian's going to be with 50 on food with the Khmer and spamming light cav. Can he get enough? Because Leary has 10 light cav with imp armor completing here in a moment. Still no armor for Sebastian.
2 relics. I think he's got some more relics on the way in too.
Look at that Vil Q from him. 18 Vils in Q.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get the armor for his light cav. Snag the Hussar upgrade. Leary's going to make him work here, dude. Leary's got some time to get on some golds. This is a lot of army from Leary. This is very strong.
I think if you're Sebastian,
doesn't
you
have
gotta
a
send some
single defensive castle.
You gotta send some light cav over to that gold, and he is. So Leary is gonna be kicked off that gold on the right side.
Gold on the right side. I don't even see it, dude. Oh, that gold. Oh my
Yep.
God, Leary's taking gold there. What in the
that
world?
was the only one he could see. That was the only one he could see. So he came forward to Sebastian's base as a YOLO attempt. And now Sebastian's going to be all over that. But look at Leary on the other side pushing in. Sebastian manages to get that TC up. Still 122 Vils for him. Leary's coming right into the eco. Let's see if Sebastian can deal with this. Plus 4 armor is almost in. And the game is paused. Oh, man.
Is Leary going to an admin right now as he's off of gold saying, I have no gold on my map? No. Okay, we had a pause for another reason. I was just saying, like, Leary. I know a lot of the game has been played out.
He can see that he can see the edge of another one on the right now.
Okay, yeah.
He's lost all the vills on the gold over there, but Sebastian is losing a ton of villagers in the middle of his base.
Sebastian needs to kill the Ratans, and then he needs to kill 26 light cav. I don't know if he can do it. Like, Leary's light cav spam is just insane.
Goes for a
Sebastian's
castle.
got a YOLO another castle. If you have to protect your farming eco with a castle here, that's a sign of how bad things are. And Leary just will not
Look at him
stop
dodging
here.
with these vills, Tristan. He just distracted like 3 volleys from the Ratans. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. That castle might not go up. 90 villagers for Sebastian calls the GG.
Wow.
If Leary didn't pressure like that with the Ratans and the light cav, that game could have easily gone the other way. Easily.
Yeah, it was so close. It felt like if Leary gave him another minute, Sebastian would have had the light cav and the upgrades to be able to deal with the Ratans and the light cav. Props to Leary. I mean, when that castle happened, he just completely abandoned it.
Yep.
The ballista cut didn't end up affecting him hugely. And even though he didn't have the gold, his food eco was ridiculous. He actually out light cav spammed the Khmer player when the Khmer farms are probably the best farms of the game at this stage. So well played.
The eco was so close that game. I mean, Sebastian, you can see where it almost worked, right? He did a wonderful job of holding Leary in. He got the mangonel shots. It didn't feel like he overproduced or underproduced anything really. He needed another minute. 1 more minute to get the armor in and to get like 40 light cav.
I think that whole game can happen. Sebastian can replicate that entire game with a better castle age time. And if he has a better castle age time, the pressure comes in a little bit faster. And then the Vil count catches up a little bit faster as well. That was the issue for me. Leary was on 3 TCs when that castle came up, and Sebastian was on 1 town center for a long time. So to beat Leary today, you are going to need better economy. I'd expect it from Sebastian, but I was a little surprised at how late it was. Also, I got to hand it to Leary there. The way he opened that with the forward was not something Sebastian was prepared to deal with. Sebastian thought it was going to be a full wall game. He thought it was going to be relaxed. And then he lost 3 Vils, I think.
Yeah. Well, he lost 1 to the boar and then 2 to Leary when he pressured him with the village.
Yeah, exactly. So both late picks from both players. It does make me wonder even more now where Leary or what Leary's going to play on Graupel. Because I think that will probably be Saracens for Sebastian. We've seen Saracens dominate there. It could always be Bohemians there too, but we'll see. Getting ahead of ourselves. They're going to go to Boundary Brawl now. Game number 2. This is Sebastian's choice. And another series where Huns is banned out if it doesn't meet the random bans. And we're going to see Romans
Malay
versus
did sneak
Koreans.
through, though, on the draft. So that's important to point out with Houseboat in.
Yeah, true. So Romans again, and probably for the same reasons we mentioned before. Just their eco is so smooth. Might not be the best galley civ ever, but if you can take early game advantages on this map, you're going to probably win the game. Leary changes his color yet again. The funny
Classic.
thing to me is he also doesn't use team colors. He just enjoys seeing himself in a different color. I don't think there's many pros that
He
do that.
doesn't use gray or orange, though.
Well, that tells me he's not a complete psychopath. Sorry, freaking Andy.
Those are my 2 favorite colors. What are you talking about?
No way.
They are. Well, old
You don't
gray
play
was
with gray and orange.
Yes, I do. I like orange a lot. Old gray was amazing because it wouldn't show up on the mini map. You could barely see it, so I could sneak villagers all over the place. New gray is a little
true,
bit.
true.
New gray is.
That's what I mean, though.
different.
Like you're just one of the guys, right? You pick the colors, so it's harder for
I'm
them
a
to
psychopath.
see you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's all right. I like you. So Romans, Koreans, and game number 2. So I think we're done with the whole running to the outside strategy at this point. I mean, maybe the grand finals will have something for us, but both players on Boundary Brawl choosing to TC the middle. And Leary back at the Reds. And Koreans for Sebastian. I mean, we've seen this tip a bunch. But now I'm kind of worried for him because the Romans, after that game earlier with ACCM, I was kind of reminded of how good their economy can be here.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything they do, super efficient. So it kind of puts some pressure on the player playing against the Romans to do some early damage, in my opinion.
This Civ matchup just makes me incredibly sad.
Oh, no demos.
No demos. The only
No
2 Civs in the game.
demos.
No demos.
Ah,
Tragic.
on this
dude.
map.
Tragic.
That's true. I mean, in all fairness, we usually just see a bunch of galleys anyways. So we probably wouldn't have seen a demo, but sorry about that one, man. We might see a turtle ship, though.
We
That could be fun.
Yeah.
So in the previous set, ACCM versus Vinch, feel those players, they've got some craziness every now and then. But with Leary and Sebastian, I just think they're both so good. And the galley play has been so good. I think they're just going to try and best each other at that and adapt, honestly. I'd be very surprised if we see anything different.
Yeah, I think so as well. And then it's just about who adds feudal age pressure while the galley stuff is going on. And whether they can actually get value with that, right? We've seen people go feudal age and then run in with scouts, instantly die to the Vils or spearmen, lose their navy at the same time. We've also seen people get 5 villager kills with archers because the other person isn't prepared or sometimes doesn't even have loom.
Do you think not being able to make demos should discourage these players from making fires at all? Or can fires still
I
work?
think fires is now a thing. A lot of times you play away from fires with these 2 civs because you don't have demos.
Oh, true. Because
But
the
if
opponent
other
doesn't
civ
have it either.
Doesn't have demos, it opens it up again, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, I've seen some games. So some players will go full galley, never stop. And then other times we've seen 2 to 4 galleys, and then they back it up with fires. That was what ACCM did in Golden Hill. And a year ago, I would have told you, if you start making galleys, just never stop making galleys. But how much you commit to water is definitely a big factor, and how quickly you destroy docks, too. So I think, I don't know. We'll see. But that's kind of what are the players' minds right now. They both built the docks. They both added the fish. And I think the fastest builds we've seen have been about 20 pop-up times. So
Yep.
they're both pretty close to that right now.
So Leary has what, 3 trees around his TC, so he's got 300. Or no, Sebastian has 300 wood available. Leary's got
Leary
400
did
wood
get a
available.
4th tree. It's like an inefficient tree.
Yeah, but it's still a 4th one, and when you're considering how many fishing ships to add, it's actually really important to look at that because you could get stuck in a situation where you don't have enough wood for a lumber camp. So Sebastian cannot add another fishing ship after this one.
I don't know if he's done the math. I think what you also don't want to do though is try and add in enough fish where you delay the lumber camp.
Pumpkin kind of busy.
Like the lumber camp
Someone
unlocks
answer him,
feudal
please.
age.
Thank you.
So I think Leary is actually not going to add the 3rd fish, just so he can get the lumber camp up. And then he sees the gold. He sees the wood. That's a nice little spot for him. And he's going to place his lumber camp soon. He's just waiting for the wood. Sebastian actually needs 1 wood from the tree, and then he's going to drop it off, and then he's going to make the lumber camp as well. Yeah, I mean, both players with virtually identical builds and identical positions too, because they've got the wood right next to their gold position.
I think there was a game with, I think it was Mihai earlier in the tournament where he was playing Huns here, and he made like 3 fishing ships, and I was saying like, oh my god, you're not gonna have enough wood for lumber camp. Final tree gets harvested, and he had exactly 100 wood for the lumber camp. Like if he had misclicked once, it would have been doubt transporting bills from the mule car
from houseboat all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's been a long time since I've done it, but back in the day, it was just Hun War. So you'd had a lot more sample size. And I remember placing lumber camps and then realizing, oh crap, I could place one slightly better, and just instinctively deleting it, thinking I'd lose like 1 or 2 wood. But if you lose that 1 or 2 wood with Huns, you can't build the lumber camp at all.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just painful.
Sebastian's leaving with so many villagers right now.
Whoa.
Leary sends a lot.
He's leaving
too.
with
almost everyone.
Everything but 1. So he has 1 vill on a rhino.
Well, Leary only has 2.
And then
so fair. Oh no, 3. He's got another one behind the dock fishing, but they are hard focused on wood, so this should be a galley play then, right?
I feel like, I mean, yes, but when you have that many villagers on a lumber camp, isn't that just wildly inefficient?
Well, maybe not with the acacia trees the way it's set up right now. If once he drops another one, he should be fine, but he probably wants to go for the docks now. Goes for the mining camp. Gonna be tight.
Yeah, and the builds are so tight they can't go 2 lumber camps
Needs
right
a
now.
house as well.
I think I like Leary's build a little bit more. I mean, he's up way faster. And he was a little late to gold, but did he delay loom? Wow, delays loom so he can get the 2 galleys right away. These builds are insanely tight. I mean, any missteps, and you're going to have idle TC or idle docks. And there goes Sebastian. Okay.
Loom
But
right
Sebastian's
away for
dock was late.
Sebastian, and it's 2 dock production. So he should be able to catch up on galley number. Oh no, Leary's got 2 dock production as well. Oh wow, yeah.
Yep.
Much better build there for
really.
Leary. Maybe that's just Romans. You never know.
Yeah, combination of a bunch of different things, but 5% is enough to make a difference in that timing, right? And you're seeing 200 more res collected there from Leary. So it maths out something like 5%, and early galleys are here. Sebastian will have to run away with the fish. But as long as the water is even, I think this game turns into something very interesting. I think the key for Sebastian now is to mass his galleys, get 1 or 2 micro engagements, stall it out, and then in Castle, I might even prefer the Koreans more.
Pure Summer does not affect these early fights between the galleys. It's only later on that comes into play.
Yes, true, because they're doing 1 damage a hit anyways, I think.
Well, plus the 1 damage from the actual damage that they have. Most of it is in the ship bonus damage that they get.
Yikes, dude. Leary's not giving him a chance here, dude.
No.
And Sebastian wasn't able to snipe the weak one either, so Leary could pull that back to repair, and Leary's just... We say it all the time. If you're up against Leary, you do not want to be doing the same thing as him, because he is able to just beat you to that meta. And look at Leary's instant recognition. He's like, okay, I've won water. He will go land. And that's exactly what's happening. Sebastian's dropping a barracks. And Leary's going to drop the walls. So any sneak archers or scouts can't get into his base.
It's a big investment from Leary, though. It's a big investment. Lots of wood in the bank here from Sebastian. He could maybe like dock somewhere else, maybe try and get some fires or something and hope that Leary underinvests into water. But still, Leary's already got 6 galleys, 2 more on the way. That's enough for him to hold until he's Castle Age, especially with Leary's micro. You can just keep running around and sniping down all of your ships.
This is where I would like to see you add fires if you're Leary. Now, that's because we know that Sebastian only has 1 ship in each dock. So he's just playing it safe. But if you had 2 fires, the docks would be going down so much faster, and it's not like your opponent can make demos, right?
Oh, God. Sebastian's food eco is like he has to garrison all his villas just so he can get enough food to make 1 villager.
It's really rough.
It's
2
really
minutes of idle TC time.
Yep.
Yikes. I did not notice that.
Well, he lost the fish early, and he only had the 1 villager in the middle.
In the middle.
Collecting the food. Yeah. It's
and he was, I think, really late to transitioning to the hunt on the outside as well.
And now he's going to run into Leary's walls. I mean, Leary's already prepared for all of this.
It's perfect.
It is.
Yeah, it's like he knows. He instantly recognized he won water, knew that Sebastian would have to give it up, and knew that Sebastian would come land. The only way he would lose now would be if these units get through it. Sebastian knows that too. So he's actually just going to attack the wall with villagers now. But no fletching on the archers. Leary can stall it out a little bit. This would be the time for Leary to add a barracks, probably. And Sebastian's going to try and snipe the fish. Dude, look at Leary play right now. He's even repairing the fishing ship. It's not something you need to do. You lose that fish, you're still really far ahead, but every tiny detail is just completely perfected by Leary here.
Clears up the last galley as well. Archer's still trying to come in, fletching on the way. That's a big investment for Sebastian at this rate. Meanwhile, Leary's resources, like he's going to comfortably click up to Castle Age soon. I honestly think like the only thing Sebastian could do to make this game really messy is to douche Leary or something. He'll go for a tower.
There's a tower. The tower could be decent. Archers have fletching now.
Like
more
douche
walls
Leary,
are going to be...
deny Castle Age somehow from the TC.
It's actually a good play. If that ostrich doesn't die there. Yeah, it's actually... You're right. Delete your TC and just drop it right on Leary's face. Put him under some type of pressure.
Nothing else is working. None of this is working. Now your villagers are being cut off by the galleys. You can't attack the wall outside of the range of that. The tower is up now. And, well, Sebastian is going for another tower on this side.
Should point out, Leary hasn't lost a unit this game. So it has been domination. And there's another tower. And there goes Leary on the way to Castle Age. He'll make it to Castle Age. There's no doubt about that. If he needs to leave this area in the middle, that's fine. These towers could become an issue in Castle Age, but I think Leary's feeling pretty good about himself to be able to walk to the outside, take whatever he wants.
Now,
Leary
hunting
is
within range of the TC, Sebastian, and he's losing villagers. He's
Yeah.
kind of losing track of things. I mean, he's trying to do damage wherever he can because he knows he's so far behind, but there's no angle to do anything.
And the only thing that could happen here is if Leary forgets these archers are about to come in. Leary.
He's getting the armor
Okay,
for his scouts, and he has 2 scouts there, so he should be fine.
If Sebastian notices right away, okay, yeah, that's better from Leary. He's gonna be fine. Just needs a little bit more time.
Sebastian's
3
going to try and
scouts
get
could
up.
maybe deal with this. I mean, Sebastian will have guard tower in the next stage. He will be able to make it to Castle Age most likely. But he needs to escape with these vills in the middle. It's not looking like they're going to be able to take resources for much longer. There goes Sebastian. He clicks up finally. Leary in a position to drop town centers. And Leary scouts. They're going to ignore these archers right now.
I think so. You can just keep those
that's so
bottled
good.
up. You can keep those bottled up. Where are the scouts going? The scouts are going in, and they have the armor. And now They're going to have bloodlines as well.
Bloodlines
Lyria's
as
already
well.
into
No
the
army
wood
here.
eco. Oh, God. Sebastian's going to lose all of that.
Yeah, I think Sebastian's looking somewhere else, too. He's not looking here. I think he's watching his archers. Maybe he's getting attacked in so many different spots he doesn't realize. Sebastian? He notices. He notices. He quick wall now, but he loses even more. Leary will lose his first unit now. And by the time these archers break in for Sebastian, Leary's going to have some knights waiting to clear that up. What a good decision from Leary to send the scouts here.
Leary
Instead of
lost
just
a
clearing
unit.
up the archers.
Kristen, he lost a unit.
He lost the scout.
He lost the scout.
He's in trouble.
Washed.
I don't know. I don't know how he'll ever recover.
Rams in the center as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing Sebastian clicked up when he did, because this might be denied pretty soon, as Leary still taking food there. He had a lot of the water buffalo. Res collected over 2,000 ahead. We're only 23 minutes into the game. And the scouts
Leary's
are
just
still
everywhere.
killing vills, and Sebastian's done with it. I'm kind of done with this game as well. Leary with perfection.
Yeah, it was exactly that. I mean, Sebastian tried the same build as Leary, and he just got outperformed. And then Leary immediately knew what the transition would have to be for Sebastian. It was as if he was playing on all visible. He knew the barracks would be coming up. He knew the range would eventually come, and he just full walled. He kept his ships near the shoreline. And Leary is playing so freaking crisp. Every single moment of every single game so far has been perfect. And I spoke to Nikov a little bit yesterday, and Nikov had a great series against Leary, went to the 7th game. But he said, man, I just didn't feel like I was fully myself until game 3. That's what he said. And that's a normal thing. It's really hard to perform at your very best right away. And Sebastian might be feeling like he hasn't been able to get to his very best yet either. But when you already lose 2 games, it's like kind of starts you off in a really bad position. So well played, Leary. I am feeling like an idiot for putting money on the line
100
that there wouldn't be a
subs.
4-0.
100 subs.
So that's fun. And but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's Wandering Warriors Cup. It's gonna be like a 4-3 or 4-2 anyways.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
confident. Has to be. It's in the contract that they signed. All right. Well, we'll see what Sebastian wants to do next. I would say that maybe he needs to slow it down a little bit, and I think his best map has been Houseboat. So,
And he does have
Do you-
melee here.
yeah. So, do you go Stranded Chinese?
I think so. I'd love to see a mirror matchup on that map with Chinese. That'd be amazing. I think Leary will probably pick Chinese
I was
for,
thinking-
for a houseboat, though.
Yeah, that was my thought because he did it against Nikov and looked really comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
And then you go Armenians on Stranded? Or is that
Could do-
Inundation? No, Bengalis on Inundation, potentially?
yeah, Bengalis on Inundation makes a lot of sense because he lost to Doubt doing it, and then he was up against Bengalis with Nikov and lost to that. So I think instead of trying to counter the Bengalis, he probably just picked them himself here. The best way to counter the strat is just do the strat yourself. But yeah, I'm unsure. I think one matchup which is really good for Sebastian here was on Graupel. I don't know what great late game civilization against Saracens is really out there for Leary. Now, we're like oversimplifying it, acting like everything's easy. But if everyone plays to their peak, I would say Saracens win on Graupel. So let's see if Sebastian can maybe tie this, get a win on the board here with Houseboat. And it will be Chinese Malay. So we won't get the Chinese mirror matchup, but they'll both play Chinese at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if Sebastian wins this, number 1 pick out of the way for Leary, and Sebastian gets a win on the board. So definitely needs this one.
As good as Chinese are on this map, I still think Malay are a little bit favored. Amazing eco approach from both of them. We'll see what Leary decides to go for. But Malay just have so many bonuses here. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Do you take the fight to the Chinese, though, if you're Malay? Or
think
do you
so.
just sit back?
I think you go forward dock. Forward dock allows you to sit back because then you're distracting him. You're making him produce on his side.
Yeah. I forget who it was. I don't think it was Sebastian. But there was 2 players, I think it was Taiwanese players like Z40, Sorakuma, and when they would go forward dock, they wouldn't even try and kill fish or kill fires because 'cause they're almost always
They
expected
go
to
after the
lose the
transport.
water.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they'd snipe the
It
transport ship.
idles the TC completely. I think like one
Yeah.
demo in a fire galley is perfect. You just pop out, kill the transport, and then you keep your flags on the docks so they're not comfortable in like just immediately making another transport. They gotta keep making navy.
Yeah, and then you make the fishing ships behind and you fish trap with the Malay. Yeah, I think it makes sense. 3 seconds till we're in. See if Sebastian can turn it around here. Sebastian was our 4th seed. Seed number 1, 2, 3 already out for today. So he is on paper the best player remaining.
I
Will
thought he
he
was
go
third
down
seed.
now?
Is he fourth?
Tato was 3rd seed. Yeah,
Oh,
Tato
okay.
was 3rd.
Okay.
And then 5 was
Yo, I think, right?
Yo. Yes. Yes, and then we could go further down the line, but I don't think that's hugely necessary. So, um, well, we talked about it a little bit before. Malay Chinese, I think 2 of the very best civs here. Other civs that have dominated here would be the Mayans. And, well, those are the top 3 in my eyes. Leary will have the extra vills and the cheap techs, but Malay, they should be superior when it comes to the water. So, thinking maybe Malay need to just apply pressure to the Chinese with the forward docks. But at the same time, it's like both civilizations, if you already have such good economies, could also just sit back and drop fishing ships in the long term.
Keep an eye on Leary's transport on this map too. Leary is so good with like you know how he plays, right? He has faith in himself. He always wants to play like the fastest that he possibly can and the most
Mhm.
optimal that he possibly can. He's going to keep transporting the villagers. At this stage, it's obvious you do it one at a time, but even later into the game, he'll do it one at a time. He won't wait till he has
Is
like
it
5.
is it obvious to do it one at a time here? I guess they do. I sometimes will have like 4 on the shorefish, then I send another one to the shorefish,
Hmm.
and then I like grab 2, so then I'm on 3 on shorefish, but by then there's another vill and I'm back to 4 on the shorefish.
Yeah,
Like,
but then you're not Leary.
yeah, that's
So
true, I guess.
there's nothing else to do here. He's just finding the water buffalo on the edges. He's found 2 of them. Sebastian has not found. Oh, he's found 2 water buffalo as well. Okay, I gotta get lucky with these.
I was watching a stream of an unnamed individual. It would be unfair for me to say their name, but they're like 13, 1400. They were playing their Community Cup series last night.
Yeah,
Bro, watching average players
play
play
houseboat.
this map,
Yeah.
it is something else.
When I did the community thing for the last WWC, I think Bullet
Yeah.
Chin cast my set. I can't remember who else was there, but the houseboat map that I played was like the craziest game ever. Like we both lost our inner TCs, like, and it's just such a pain. It's such a pain, bro. You're just constantly
Uh,
transporting vills. Then suddenly you realize you have like 15 idle vills on the main island. It's
I
just, and you
just,
don't
I
even want to
just,
bother with it.
it's just so, yeah, for like average players, it could be so painful, right? Like you painstakingly spend 5 minutes focusing on nothing else to get the perfect pro fish boom setup, but then they add a ship on your pond because you didn't have an outpost, and
Hmm.
all the work is just undone. It's just, it's just rough. But at this level, there's things we expect, and at the very least, we don't expect anyone to be surprised. Certainly not Leary. He's got the vision from the Chinese TC to help him out for later.
They both only found 2 water buffaloes. Kind of
So
unfortunate.
that should hurt the Chinese a little bit more, I think,
Hmm.
because they need that food. I like the dock on the outside. That's pretty standard here. Get the extra shore fish around the dock. And I also like the dock in the front from Sebastian. So he's got lots of vision with the Malay dock in case Leary comes forward.
Okay, Sebastian will find 2 more at the front side. Bring those back to the transport ship. If Leary doesn't find them, Leary might swoop in there. Looks like Sebastian's going to be fine on that count.
Sebastian did see the shoreline from Leary. Just barely, but he should
And he gets
know.
the
And he
first
also
hit.
gets the hit. Yeah, really nice to get that. Sometimes players will even go up faster than they were normally planning on with the Malay. Like I know, I don't know if this is the best example to compare to all other players, but MBL, dude, He's like, I'll go 26 feudal with Malay, and then he sees the enemy scout. He's like, cancels all the builds, clicks up,
I want to be
try
faster.
to chase that scout down.
And then he
I
gets
think
the feudal, and he's got like 20 wood and 40 food.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, killing that scout is such a massive swing, but might be a little ambitious to cancel Vills for that. Sebastian's going to click
He's
up
going to
pretty
go
quick.
up really quick. Yeah, really, really fast. He finds more water buffalo, so he's gotten a little bit luckier. Leary's finding another couple, so that's nice. But yeah, really, really solid uptime here from Sebastian. 20 seconds ahead of Leary. Does he send the villagers forward is the question. He's seen the shoreline.
Doesn't seem like it. I think you can still do it, but when you go up fast with these builds with Malay, you just have no res banked.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you wait it out a little bit. And from what I've seen from Leary, he's probably going to do something very similar. And the scouts have found each other.
Sebastian's
and this
gonna be
could
feudal
be
first.
Sebastian's got to go chase that.
Doesn't.
Yeah, not in love with that decision there from Sebastian, but he might have thought that Leary was trying to pull them away from the shoreline, and he didn't want to be surprised. I don't think he would have killed the scout anyways. Leary would have just run back
He might have
to
been
the
waiting.
transport ship.
Sebastian might have been waiting for Loom and the mining camp before he goes forward with that dock. Now he's got quite a bit of wood. Leary's coming forward with his scout. He's going to see the 3 villagers here, and he won't see any villagers walking forward, and Sebastian does have more HP, so he takes the 1v1 against the scout. If he can clear this up,
It's the same
then he's free to go.
Same amount of hits. It's still 2 more hits for both, even though Sebastian has more HP. Quick walls could be helpful.
One little doink from the villager could be
Villager?
good. Oh, no!
No!
It's Sebastian losing the scout.
That's brutal.
That is.
Yeah, that's brutal. And again, he might have done exactly what we both did. Check the HP. In his mind, thought I have more, but it was actually still 2 hits from both.
I hate math.
It was 3 HP versus 2 HP in the last one. Yeah, I agree.
Out to get you. It's always got my number.
I never even thought about those tiny little possibilities until the exact same scenario happened to me. And I got annoyed enough to watch the wreck to go complain about it. And then I was like, oh, okay. Everyone calls the
what
GG
percentage of
after
your
a scout
wrecks
goes down?
do you think you watch on average? Like 50?
I play a lot of games.
You also
what
watch a lot
percentage?
of wrecks, though. I know you do.
What percentage of my wrecks do I watch? Well, I think you have to say what percentage of my games are immensely satisfying once I complete
Oh,
them.
true. So none of your losses. Okay.
Whoa, hold on. I will still watch losses if I'm really confused on why I lost, but usually if I lose, it's because I suck.
True.
So I'd say, yeah, about like maybe 50%.
Okay.
Because there's enough games where I'm like, ooh,
That's a lot,
that really
dude.
makes me feel good. Let's
Yeah.
watch that. But I'm not like sitting down casting it. It's like a speed through of what happened, you know?
Okay, so Leary's gone for skirms, and Sebastian's gone for archers. Same kind of fish boom so far. Leary's ahead on eco still because the extra vills early. Makes a big impact.
Ooh, the spearman. Seeing that range is super nice. He won't know what's in there,
Doesn't know it's skirms.
but that's smart from Sebastian. You need to have some form of scouting here. I think Sebastian shouldn't move out with his archers. If your opponent knows you're going ranged and you don't have more scouting than this, just keep your archers in there. And in Castle Age, go crossbow.
It will be easier for Sebastian to add in the fish traps than Leary. It costs less. So when he wants to make the transition from fish, natural fish, over the fish traps, it will be much, much smoother for him than it will be for Leary. Even though Leary's still ahead in res collected. He's actually not that far ahead, all things considered.
Yeah, and every time you're advancing up to the next stage, you're spending less time doing that with the Malay. So Chinese had what, a 2 or 3 Vil lead? By the time Malay are in Castle Age and Chinese are in Castle Age, that'll actually swing, and the Malay player will have a 3 Vil lead.
Leary's clicked up,
it
though.
should be really good for Sebastian. And Leary does click up, but I'm wondering how Leary does this. I would find Elite Skirm to be really expensive to justify if you also want fish traps and TCs compared to crossbow.
Second range here. for Sebastian. So it will be crossbows. I know we've seen cav archers a lot, but when you already have the mass, I think crossbows just better.
Honestly, I think a lot of this comes down to when Sebastian moves out and if Leary spots it. Because Leary is clearly waiting right now. He's up 2-0. He knows his opponent's going to go archers. He's just hovering around, waiting for archers to hop out, hoping for this big surprise. And Sebastian knows about the range, but is assuming it's going to be crossbow as well. If he knew what was in there, he could just open siege. Leary would be devastated, but
I think he's going to be putting
forward.
all of his wood into fishing chips and fish traps. I think Sebastian. He's already getting them set up. Leary getting his set up as well. Spots the villagers. The spearman's got some really good scouting, and he sees the two vills coming across.
Yeah, but he's going for the vills, and the skirms are here. Get your transport. Get your transport fast, Sebastian. This is exactly what Leary wanted.
He's trying to bait him into a demo, Tristan. He's going to hang out on the shoreline. He's going to pull him back over to that area, and he will bait Leary into a demo. If you do this correctly, Leary might run right into your demolition raft. If you bait him in.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy we get to talk about demos now.
He's not baiting him correctly. He's not baiting him.
That's really good unit movement from Sebastian. Yeah, just get your units out of here, dude.
Okay, bait him with the fishing ship. Yes, pull him towards the shoreline. Oh, God.
You can't help yourself. Bait him with the fishing ship. Okay, scout goes down. If that flag is too there, if that flag is too there. If that flag is there for too long, I think Leary
Here come the
should know,
vills
right?
for a dock, potentially. Here come the vills for a dock. Sebastian should be able to see this. Is he paying attention to it? Demo comes out. Leary. Oh, Leary's paying attention as well. God damn it. He stopped the forward. He stopped the forward dock, though. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a couple crossbows denying the dock. Hopefully Dave survives this. It seems like he may not recover from that demo not landing. But the elephant is here to save the day a bit for Sebastian. So he does have an answer to the skirms. Are you good? Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And the elephant's a little slow here, which is the weakness. But they've got a bit of trample damage. And nice shot from Sebastian. That could have been devastating. He could have been docked. He could have been, he could have lost all of his crossbows. And it's 4-4. The skirms go back. Now the vills for Leary are going to be called out here.
They see the siege workshop. They see the siege workshop with the flag. Okay, Sebastian, you got to be real careful. This is a ballsy play to just be running right past this. Leary doesn't pop out, though. He's got no support. Doesn't want to waste the mangonel right away just to get some crossbow shots.
One vill goes down. Sebastian is going to let the other one go. The skirms are still being pushed all the way back for Leary. Guys, they have to manage the transport. They have to manage the fish traps. They have to manage the TCs. This is a lot of work.
I love that ram from Sebastian. He's going to keep the crossbows near the monastery so he can snipe the monk.
Yeah. I think... See, normally you don't want to waste a lot of time trying to stay at your base.
Double mangonel!
It's Sebastian. It's Sebastian. He won't lose a unit.
Are we willing to bet 100 subs on that as well? Or?
No. I don't even think I'll bet 5, but I'll still say it confidently. Elephants are pretty weak there.
Here they come.
Okay, there we go. And, oh, there's a monk, though, to convert the elephants. Crazy micro from both. The conversion will come in.
It doesn't.
Wait. Mangonel goes down. Monk will go down. That's still okay for Leary, I think.
And the monastery is dead as well.
He just wants to kill these crossbows.
And I don't know if he's going to get them all. Sebastian, with some really nice movement, he's kind of using that stone mine, and he's running away from the skirmishers. He's got a mangonel coming now. That was amazing from Sebastian. Just get out of there with anything.
Okay, so I know Malay elephants are cheap, but they're also so slow. I really wonder if a couple knights here would have actually worked as well.
Maybe.
Because the knights are actually getting more hits. Nice mangonel hit there from Sebastian. He's up in this game, guys. Again, he has looked so comfortable. The siege workshop for Leary, that's likely to go down. The mangonel will not be able to outrun that elephant.
The transport ship efficiency has kind of fallen off for Leary a little bit with all of that going on. It does make sense. Sebastian's doing at a decent rate, and Sebastian's got still a pretty good food eco, and he almost has enough time to start focusing on the fishing economy again.
Just the skirms from Leary, I know that they're one hit away from death, but they really have done a lot to hang in here. Really impressive from him as well. Like, Sebastian wanted to clear this Siege Workshop up and be done with this 3 minutes ago. But he still is to respect it so much.
The fact Leary even made another Mangonel, and he's still getting value with this. Like, the attack rounds are landing. The Siege Workshop is going to die, but there's a monk suddenly from the left side because there's a monastery and another Siege Workshop over there.
Yeah. Leary just trying to give himself time to boom behind this. But he's going to lose his monk.
Sebastian
and the elephants are here. And the demo's here. Demo gets
misses.
attack grounded.
Sebastian has enough for a castle.
Ooh. I mean, I would love to see the castle go forward.
Yeah, forward.
But I think you might just build a castle so this doesn't get out of hand again. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but knights here get more hits on those weak skirms. The skirms are out of the picture. I don't know the exact movement speed difference. Feels like maybe it would be just enough. Still, great job from Sebastian. He goes for the safe castle.
Yeah, safe castle in the middle. He can make karambits. He can always make another castle. And another monk from Leary. This is so frustrating. The fact that Leary
so annoying.
Got away. Remember, this is built with that one villager he got away from the crossbows with.
True. True.
This is so
Look
frustrating.
at the mount. Look at the mount on food for Sebastian. He can't focus on fish trapping or farms or anything when all this is happening. It's just, I don't want to say textbook from Leary because there's nothing textbook about it. But if you look at his farm eco, it is so good. And now he's got a position to push from. He's got a hill. He's got this army to heal back up. But there is a castle for Sebastian. I would love to see. This would be the time. Use the Karambit Warriors to clear up.
Yeah, and send everything else forward, yeah.
Everything else forward. And then you can maybe dock there. Take Leary's water. Take out the TC.
Fish traps are coming out from Sebastian, finally.
I thought before this that Sebastian was the best houseboat player so far. I'm looking at Leary's play for the second straight series, and I'm just like, maybe it's him. He always transports with good timings. He always researches his techs with the starting TC and gets great eco techs. His military control's top tier.
I think Leary is just...
He is about to be surprised.
He's very underrated on hybrid maps. People don't give him the credit that he deserves.
Agreed. Big micro here from the skirms on the crossbows. Here come Karambits. Leary will not get the Mangonel shot off, which means his own Mangonel will go down. Karambits, Siege. There's so much here from Sebastian, and he should finally put an end to this. And he could finally think about pushing out across the map here. 91 eco for Sebastian. He needs to win this game. He has to. Losing, like winning 4 straight against Leary feels impossible. And Leary's going to get what value he can. It's still good value against the crossbows,
These skirms
honestly.
are insane. They have 19, 20 kills now.
Yeah. They've changed the whole game. And that sneak Vil, I don't know if the Vil died. It probably did. But it changed everything. Finally, though, the skirms go down. Sebastian can breathe. He can find a moment to add those fish traps. He's adding more docks immediately. And he's still melee. With a castle. With good economy. You see what I mean, though? Now he starts to fix the fish traps, and now he starts to fix the upgrades. Leary was able to apply the pressure and get all of those upgrades.
He's got a lot of wood. Like, he could drop a lot of fish traps here and make a lot of fishing ships. He could be up to 30, 40 fish really, really quickly. However, Leary behind this already has handcart. He's got the farm set up, like you said. He's got the castle now protecting. And he's getting even more farms up, and he's going to click up to Imperial Age first. Whether he gets there first is question, because Sebastian is melee, so
I really think, and I know Leary isn't fish trapping as much, but Leary needs outposts or vision of some kind in front of his water. Even if he doesn't lose the fish, just like losing water there affects the rest of your eco. The farms, the TCs, the production buildings. This is just a free path for Sebastian. He'll see the castle there from Leary.
That one Vil just got missed by 15 castle volleys. It walked right into the castle, right underneath it, and then away, and he didn't get hit at all.
The guy building the outpost right now?
Unbelievable persistence from that man. Oh, crossbows coming in towards the fish traps. That's very nice.
Yeah, that's annoying. Fish traps are there for the sniping there, Sebastian, and the fish traps can't run from you. There's also a random karambit in the back, too, and Sebastian's up, dude. I mean, he might not be able to dock. We have skirms coming over again from Leary, clearly the unit of choice. But
Nice
we'll
trap.
see what Sebastian does in imp. Crossbows are going to get trapped in here.
Yep. Would have loved to see him target the fish traps rather than the fishing ships, but I think he was busy with other things. He's got more crossbows on the way out. Fishing eco is looking pretty good now. 29 fishing chips for him. And the efficiency on those is going to be beautiful. More archer ranges on the way from Sebastian, and he's trying to take the stone in the center. Only one relic collected thus far, and Leary seems to have a couple relics on his side of the map, too, that he can potentially get.
Leary needs to stop this castle Sebastian's about to build. Sebastian's going to build a castle that sets up the Trebor onto Leary's castle. But Sebastian has no army to defend that. Like this position right here with the stone. That's what Sebastian wanted. And Leary's just going to walk right in. That's huge. Treb's already on the way from Sebastian. Maybe he tries to castle somewhere else, but he's still trying to make crossbows against skirms here. So I think he's just got great map control with freaking skirmishers. He doesn't seem too worried about the Karambit warriors.
Does he see that
And he
castle
just
attempt from
walks right
Sebastian?
in.
He's going to see that on the hill from Sebastian, and Leary has Chukanu behind. So Sebastian has to be careful that castle doesn't get denied somehow. It looks like he's got enough villagers building it. Karambits are now pushing back the skirmishers from Leary as he moves some units over. I feel like that castle goes up, though, even if Leary brings all his units.
Yeah, nice shot from Sebastian. Chinese do not get bombard cannon. And that's going to be the key for Sebastian. Because it's really tough for him to make trebs from his initial castle and group it up with the other one now. So this is nice from Leary. He's got that cutoff point in the middle where a lot of units are going to want to pass back and forth for Sebastian. He's also got crazy stone here, Leary. I don't love the stables in the very back of the base. I would prefer that somewhat more forward, but it is stable units after all, and they'll get to where they need to be pretty quickly.
Okay, so Sebastian shifting everything over to the side. Leary just trying to control the middle here. He is housed, which is unfortunate. He's trying to get the units out on the field, and both of them are using outposts to explore the different areas. However, I don't think Leary has oh, he has Town Watch. He just doesn't have that many outposts. Sebastian's vision is kind of insane.
Yeah, did Sebastian get town patrol? Maybe? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think he's only got Town Watch. I can check. Yeah, he's only got Town Watch, but he's got a lot of outposts.
Yeah, Leary's skirms are just locking down the range units, waiting to see if Sebastian can take down this castle. Bombard cannons are such a big difference maker, though, and Sebastian's starting to make the bombard cannons, so he's faster to the trebs. He'll have the bombard cannons. Leary, if he loses this castle, is potentially going to be castled there by Sebastian, and then all of his archery ranges are camped, which makes production really difficult here.
Both players have now officially deleted their middle TCs.
Yeah, and the castle will go down for Leary. Last time we saw Sebastian play on this map, he didn't get Elite Karambit. He still won the game. Let's hope he gets Elite Karambit here. That's the comp he wants, and there's Elite. He's not going to make the mistake. Leary's still waiting for Cav behind this. He also was really heavily committed to Chukunu, but now that the castle's down, he's starting to lose a lot of control now.
Sebastian already with 3 relics, and he's heading towards the 4th, too. So
Really well
good
played.
eco setup. 32 fishing ships, incredibly efficient with Malay. Those will last forever. The res collected is starting to scale in front now heavily for him. Leary is getting light cav, but Sebastian's getting to a point where he can just spam karambits.
Yeah, and they're so fast. Even just 2 castles. Just spamming right in front of the skirms. And for the first time, really, we're starting to see what we talked about with Sebastian's production. Every range is always producing. The castles are always spamming. The siege workshops are spamming bombard cannons. It's just nonstop. He's at 200 pop. And Leary is losing ground everywhere you look right now, Dave.
Yeah, this is sick from Sebastian. It was honestly, a really good castle age as well from Leary. You think about what he did with those skirms and with the distraction, and he very clearly wanted to keep Sebastian penned in, but he just couldn't. And now it's started to scale to a point where he can't do anything. I think Leary's going to tap out soon. I don't think he can clear this
Save
army.
your treb! Save your treb! No, he loses the treb.
A dog forward now from Sebastian, and GG
And the
comes
GG's
in.
called.
Wow, what a quick
Man, dude.
turnaround. Jeez.
Like the second that Leary wasn't applying that pressure, Sebastian just exploded. He exploded with outposts everywhere. The res collected was close. Now it's a 6,000 lead for Sebastian, and he's got vision all over the map. So yeah, I take it back. In the mid game, Leary was impressive, but I still think Sebastian has just felt so at home here and is maybe the best houseboat player in the tournament. And we avoid the sweep, and Sebastian reminds us why he's here. Claws one back.
You sound a little happy about that. Did you?
I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Not because of the subs though, just because I didn't want to see a sweep here, and I just didn't expect it because this is exactly what Sebastian's capable of. I mean, here's the other benefit. That was Leary's #1 Sid pick. And Sebastian still has Chinese ready for Stranded, which we know is really strong.
I think it was kind of a mistake for Leary to let Malay slip through there on the draft. Maybe he thought Sebastian was going to ban it. I don't know, but Malay is so strong there. Leary loses with Chinese, win for Malay, and we got ourselves a series here, boys and girls.
So on that note, though, with Sebastian's side, so it would go first pick, hidden free pick, and then Sebastian gets the next pick after that. So it was super high priority from Sebastian. The only way that Leary would have not allowed Malay to slip through was either a ban before, or he would have had to pick at first pick and give up Chinese. Leary loses with #1. Sebastian wins with #2. And for the first time, this would be Leary's choice. I would say, honestly, Leary should maybe think about Nomad. What do you think about that? He looked really good against Nikov on standard Nomad.
Lithuanians against Bohemians, maybe, on Nomad?
Yeah, could see that. Until Leary starts to lose on a map, I mean, Stranded, I think, is also great for him, but then your opponent has Chinese, so that feels awkward. You probably don't want Grapple right now because Sebastian has Saracens, which is scary. So, yeah, my eyes, the most natural pick here for Leary would be to go Nomad.
He might go Burmese on Nomad or Bengalis and then save Lithuanians for Grapple.
Yeah, Lithuanians on Grapple makes a lot of sense.
Burmese
Not for the
on
late
Nomad,
game, but for the early
so
stages.
Hot, so hot. I love Burmese on Nomad. Amazing.
I love Bengalis on Nomad.
If you're thinking about countering Bohemians and like the Hussite wagon, whatever, Burmese, Bengalis, Lithuanians, like basically the same monk tech tree. There's slight differences there, but Burmese are also very good for doing that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I agree. Poles is a weird one. I thought the only map which felt realistic for Leary to try was on Mired, but yeah, Inundation, I did see it in the early rounds.
You can sit on the outside and you can get gold from your stone as well, which is kind of sick.
But would that be good against Koreans or Bohemians or Saracens? Man, I'm really liking Sebastian's draft the more I look at this.
We're going on to Stranded, Tristan. Ooh.
Dude,
the last like 5 Stranded games have been insane.
I would be perfectly fine if someone wanted to just steal the map and do a Stranded only cup.
Yeah, like Master of Stranded. Yeah.
Master of Stranded. Dude, it's so good.
If it was like an arena style map, you know John Slow would do that. But
he'd be all over it.
He's not touching this one the way that it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll take some credit for it. We looked at the old version of the map, talked about what tweaks we wanted, but I would have never guessed it would have been this good. So 60 seconds till we're in. And also it's a big one with the draft. It'll be #1 pick from Sebastian and #2 pick here from Leary. If Sebastian wins this, it's 2-2. They both have won with their top 2 picks. Or sorry, they both have played their top 2 picks.
And Sebastian's Civ drafts look a lot better moving forward.
Yeah, at least more clear. But I know Leary's trained a lot for this. And both players have at this stage. Remember, it's not just winning this tournament, which would be great, but the winner of this tournament gets a direct invite to the Garrison LAN event in mid-March 2025, which is, I think, 40K minimum prize pool. So to win a tournament, get a big invite is a lot of additional incentive for these guys. And I imagine that probably played a big role in how well prepped they are. And
Yep.
I mean, certainly helped us have a great event. Armenians. We'll see. And we're in game number 4. So Chinese have been picked a lot. They've been played a lot here, and they've been so good here that we've seen Chinese like mirror
Sebastian
matchups
can't find a
multiple
wood line.
times.
He can't see a wood line. He can't see a wood line. He can't see a wood line.
He sees the gold.
He sees the gold, but he can't see a wood line. Okay, there. He's gonna
That's
get a
fine.
good TC. That's fine. It's a little bit delayed. Unfortunate there. You get a water buffalo right off the rip so that you can scout. But
Yep.
sometimes you just get unlucky. And Sebastian actually lucks his way into a really good TC. But Leary is going to be way faster with his town center.
Yeah, I mean, Leary not only built his TC right away, so he didn't even wait to scout because he could have done the same thing. But he also pulled his Vil off the dock to build the TC. So this might end up being pretty good for Leary with the Vil count. But Chinese still get the extra Vils.
Yep.
Have their cheaper techs, and I think are better here. So Armenians are thinking more about their water play probably and their economy, but I think they could have some struggles on land in the mid game.
I think in Castle Age they could be okay with like monks and the fortified churches. That could really benefit them. But once you stray away from that, once you have large numbers of range units, it's going to be a problem, big time.
Okay, hear me out. Pikeman,
Hmm.
Mangonel.
Hmm.
Pike, Mangonel, Monk. Prioritize the middle. Build that monastery right between the other two relics. That's got to be good, right?
Hear me out. Alb Mangonel.
Dude, if we see a game like the ACCM game earlier,
Yep.
I think Halb and Castle Age is going to be really realistic because a lot of times you just get stuck in Castle.
No bomber
Also,
cannon
the-
civs here either. So same situation we had before, where they have to keep their castles up to get trebs if they want to push.
A nice start for Leary to be up against the Chinese. I know it's easy to look at this and say the TC's better for Sebastian. That will make life easier for Sebastian later on, but I think if Leary knew that he's pretty much even with Chinese on population right now, he'd be super happy.
Yeah.
This would be huge for Leary. We're talking about, I think, almost hoping Sebastian ties this up. But if Leary wins this, goes up 3-1, and eliminates the Chinese from the equation, I think odds are really, really favored for Leary to win it. But who knows? I think, was Sebastian? No, Sebastian was up 3-1 over Yo, and then Yo brought it back to game 7. It wasn't the other way
By
around.
the way, that is the third time, or maybe the fourth time, Sebastian has beat Mr. Yo 4-3 in a best of 7.
Really?
Yes. It's insane.
That's specific. So it's not just beating Yo, it's beating Yo in that.
4-3. Yeah.
Huh. All right. I mean, after a while, Yo's got to start to fear this guy. Maybe he already was. I just love how Yo... He always seems to put up a fight no matter who he's up against. Even if he's losing, it's like guaranteed 5 or 6 games.
Yes.
So good. With some exceptions, but you know. So,
Leary's gold is just so far away from his TC. Like he needs to really, once he chops through that wood line, it should be fine. Then he can link it all up. But that wood line's kind of in the way right now. So if Sebastian comes forward with pressure, it's going to be a pain in the ass here for Leary to keep his villagers safe.
oh shoot! I looked away for a second because I was looking at the
No,
gold.
he hopped in the TC. It's fine.
I saw the Vil. I didn't realize the Vil hopped in the TC, but the Vil right next to the elephant kind of flopped into the tree to chop it. So I thought the villager died.
Love flopping into trees.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Dude,
So
remember
think
your
the-
video for the 24-hour stream where you were out chopping trees in the middle of the woods? I just remembered
which
that.
one? Which one?
Oh, the first one, bro. That like your
The
brother
Rocky
filmed
one?
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, for
Oh
one
my
of
God.
those, I may or may not have been on a property that belonged to somebody.
Hmm.
Because I knew of this farmland that was in the middle of nowhere, And so as there was a drone following me doing Rocky training sessions with an axe in my hand, there was a farmer who drove by on a big tractor and just looked at us. And we were like, okay, we got to finish up and get out of here. It's like we kind of knew a guy who knew a guy, but we didn't actually know the guy. So, yeah, I think I agree with your point about the wood line, by the way, but I think Leary should just build up in front of that. You prioritize all your buildings. He already built the houses in the perfect spot to make it life easy.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a barracks. I'd like maybe for him to walk up the hill a little. But the barracks have been early in the previous sets, but maybe it's Leary. Maybe he wants to go galleys like people were doing in the early rounds.
Okay, so Sebastian is up. And he's got a decent fish eco. Actually, really efficient fish for the stranded. I think, like, being on the side here is such an advantage early. Just spawning on the side. If you spawn on the corners, you have to go a long way for your fish at the beginning.
Yeah, but it's about to become really inefficient, right? He's got 40 food left on one.
Yeah, it hurts you early, but it helps you early, but it
early
hurts
and
later. Yeah.
2 docks from both. Leary did find the original dock from Sebastian, and his new dock is pretty far forward here. So I think this might be fires. I don't think he would place the dock that far if he wasn't planning on fires.
He's going galleys.
3 docks and full walls. Okay, so he knows land pressure could come, and he just wants to wall it all out.
Big walls. Oh my goodness.
Crazy walls.
Yeah, Leary is just... Yeah, I guess these are walls just to buy yourself time. They're not going to stay up if your opponent really wants to get in. They're just going to give you advance warning so he doesn't just show up on your gold.
If he's got... I assume he's double-checked this, but there's a pretty high chance that there could be a hole between the houses or between the houses and the wood there.
So
I would assume he checks.
Fire defense from Sebastian, and it's land pressure. So well read by Leary to realize that it's probably going to be land pressure. And Sebastian... knowing that he can't really play the same style as Leary, especially up against Armenians with Chinese. You don't want to play in the galleys, right? That's what you tried to do on Boundary Brawl against Civ with a better economy, and it just didn't work. It didn't pan out. And galleys for Armenians are simply better than the Chinese galleys.
Look at Leary's eco situation. He has one single mule cart, and he's taking wood and gold from it.
That's sick.
So a lot of people are just making more mule carts. And I think there's an argument for that too at a certain point, but he's really making sure that he's got all the resources invested into the galley production. And here he comes. No hesitation either. Not waiting at all. Probably will need to back away, but as things stand, if Leary can get to 6 galleys with his micro, he's probably going to win water.
Yep. I think Sebastian should try and sneak a fire all the way around maybe to get at those fish. I mean, Leary will likely notice that early. As Sebastian now comes in with the wildlife too. He could deny this wall.
He definitely knows Leary's walled because of the pathing. He's probably confused. He didn't click here, but he ends up being here. And yeah, just attack a little bit and then delete the spearman. Look, the spearman's stuck. Delete. Or I guess let the things kill you.
Yeah,
Leary's focused on the micro.
As possible.
Yep.
Leary fights that, and now he's got an even bigger battle to fight. He's got to wall off the wildlife. He could stall them out, but I think he's probably just going to lose that bill.
He has no loom, bro. He has no loom. He has no loom. The Komodo dragon kills.
And now they see the other villagers. The wildlife. No.
And he has the micro. He's microing his galleys. But the good news for Leary is he's still microing his galleys. Yikes! Woo woo woo!
That might be 2 Deadvilles. Hang on a second.
The archers are on the way. You gotta be kidding me!
Oh god! The wildlife rush works for Sebastian, and Leary loses 3 villagers. It's tragic. Oh man! And he lets the Komodo dragon finish them
get
off.
The kill. Respect to the Komodo.
3 villagers lost against wildlife for Leary. Incredible.
Leary's going to kill the fish, so this is still a really big deal. I mean, he's absolutely going to dominate water, but he might think that he lost the vills to the Komodo dragon and not know the archers are here. Unfortunately for Sebastian, he's gone to the worst possible spot with his archers.
He will find a villager, potentially. He does have fletching, so probably kill her. Leary pulling her away. He won't actually get her, and he's going to run into the TC.
I mean, Sebastian's going to find out the TC is there. He's also sniping the Buffalo underneath.
Oh my god, what a nerd.
So from
And
the
Leary
respect
forced
for
into
the
a tower.
Oh, yikes, man, that was huge. And we have seen those animals attack spearmen a lot, but we've never seen someone use the animals to block a wall like that.
Okay, so Sebastian sees the tower. He goes for a market. He only has one fishing ship left. He needs to try and get the fish from Leary, and he's looping around with a fire. That shouldn't be able to kill any of these fish.
Yeah. But I think this ends up being an even game. We've seen it on Stranded so many times. Sebastian has a simpler game because he can just farm up. And he can use the market a little bit, and he's got the land army. So Leary has to somehow match the castle age time, and Sebastian uses his market, sells all of his stone.
Wow.
And he'll be on the way to Castle Age here in a moment.
Was
what a
like
game.
Best case scenario of luring the wildlife in. Absolute best case scenario. And it's still kind of an even game because Leary has the water control. Imagine if Sebastian didn't get that damage. He would have been down extremely bad.
Yeah, if he would have just sent the spear, it never... Well, I guess there was no loom. But you don't kill two vills. The archers might not make it in. Also, I think Leary wasn't able to make the most out of defending that because of his focus on the galleys, right? And now that fire galley actually makes it into his fish. That's really annoying for Leary. This has been a frustrating few moments for him.
Does he notice this?
I mean, maybe not. He's got his galleys in the south now, almost searching for things. Yeah, he's got his galleys coming home. So it's kind of a weird eco KD, especially if you just got here. Leary killed 7 eco. He lost 4, even though Sebastian only killed 1.
If you're Sebastian, I guess you can't go for War Galley because you just won't have the res. I guess it's just
Siege, bro.
Siege and crossbows.
Siege.
I suppose.
Like, yeah, crossbow mangonel. Like, on a normal open map, you might want to add knights with crossbows, and that could be fine. But Siege Workshop right on that hill. If you hold this hill on Stranded, everywhere you look, right beneath the hill is the gold and the wood. It really is the key.
Villagers are coming forward. Bills are coming forward. It's only skirmishers for Leary. This timing is going to be so brutal for Leary. He still hasn't clicked up. He will have the fish behind, but he still hasn't clicked up.
I think having to go into skirms and get fletching and get armor and then not find many kills on the archers really hurt his uptime here. And there is the Siege Workshop for Sebastian. He's got the right idea. No hesitation. Now, he's not walled, so a counterattack could undo him later on. He still has to think about TCs, and he also doesn't have the fish. Leary's got 12 fishing ships. Really efficient as well. But when he starts to get pushed on this tower, what is Leary supposed to do? It's not going to be an easy situation for him.
I saw the
There's
archers. Crossbow almost in. Sebastian looking for an angle here to attack these villagers, and he finds one immediately. Nice snipe.
Leary does know the Siege Workshop is there. That skirm was sacrificed to find it.
And he's going into knights behind. So, I mean, Sebastian will need to go. There it is, the monastery. He just placed it. He'll need to go into some monks. Because the classic counter to this when you have fish is to go for knights.
Exactly right. Now, Armenians don't necessarily scale great with knights long term, but they get full upgrades in Castle Age. And usually we don't see games go beyond Castle Age here. Sebastian has the Repairville, so he should just push the tower. The tower should never scare that Mangonel away.
I don't think
a knight from Sebastian.
I don't think you should attack the skirms with that Mangonel. Just keep it on the tower. Leary wants you to attack the skirms with that.
Oh man, and there's now a knight and a scout. Leary's got a lot of work to do. He's got vills to save. He's got a tower to save. The tower is definitely going down.
+2 armor immediately from Leary.
He needs it, dude. He's in such a rough spot. Because right beyond the tower is his gold as well.
The knight is in. The knight got through the gate. However, the TC getting good damage on that. Leary trying to take stone on the other side. He's got to be careful about those villagers as the skirmishers chase. And now he's got the knights out, so he should be able to deal with that. But the tower goes down, and the house is about to go down as well. The monk is out here from Sebastian. If Sebastian can get great conversions, he can potentially stop these knights.
Okay, so I think Sebastian needs to be really patient here. the last thing you want to do is leave the hill before you're absolutely ready to push in. So your presence here and being able to just walk in, chip away at the gold, and walk back, it could do enough. If you go down this hill before you have 3 or 4 monks, the knights might jump on you. Leary's almost waiting. He's like, will he overextend?
Sebastian will see the flags, right? He sees double steel.
Yeah,
he
dude.
sees a flag, sees another flag. Like, this is...
You've taken
Oh, man.
You've taken him off of golds. You've taken him off of golds. That's good. Sebastian's not going to extend any further. He's waiting for the monks. Man, it would be so good if Leary had scouts or something to be able to just swoop in to kill some monks. He does have the other gold, by the way. He did shift over there.
He's looping around the other side. He's looping around the other side. Sebastian sees this. Leary's about to eject, I think. Man.
No fishing ships for Sebastian. Leary's got 12. Any distraction that Leary can gain, the repair, just to buy an extra couple seconds to get another knight. Dude, he's going to have 10 knights.
Sebastian's kind of walling in these mangonels, though, with the villager. Maybe he could create himself a little nook to sit here.
If these monks don't get conversions...
Skirmishers coming in for the monk from behind.
If these monks don't get conversions, this could be a problem. The siege doesn't help against knights. Sebastian's got to back up the hill. The mangonels actually get decent damage on the knights. He does get his conversions. But Leary could breathe once again, dude. What a great display of patience from Leary. And he cleared up the monks. Sebastian back up to his hill.
I think that was either excellent or terrible for both players. Leary could have full cleared everything, but Sebastian could have lost everything as well. And he escaped with some of the crossbows, and he might find this TC from Leary. No, he's not going to be in time. Is he going to be in time? Leary is going to complete the TC. Might lose a couple of villagers, but he's going to have a sense of relief.
Are you ready to see some panic for Sebastian?
Yes, the knights are
because
coming
Leary's in a moment where he's not being pressured. The TC got up in time, and so the knights can go wreak havoc on the eco. Sebastian was probably wondering where these knights were. Here they are. He's got a quick wall and garrison and get his monks and his crossbows back home. TC's up for Sebastian. Leary didn't know about that. And conversion comes in for Sebastian as well.
That was actually a sick reaction from Sebastian.
Really sick.
Really, really
Still
good.
going to take some losses. Another conversion happened and a kill with the TZ there for Sebastian. Leary also tried to use that moment to snipe some siege in the middle. There's so much happening, dude.
Sebastian 0 on food right now. He's got to get the farms up. The knights are still raiding on the gold. I don't think he realizes. He garrisons the bills. He's going to lose 4.
He was converting. Leary deleted a knight. Sebastian's right back on the gold. So now Leary has to garrison his gold TC.
Oh, re-garrison Sebastian. Oh, God. He's losing so many vills there. Plus 2 knights are going crazy at home from Leary. He doesn't care about the TC fire.
Yeah, but Leary, I mean, he's going to lose a lot of knights to conversions. He doesn't there. His TC's also garrison. I don't know if Leary can make many more knights here, Dave. He doesn't have the eco to get back up to 10 knights. They've died underneath the town centers. They've been converted, and Sebastian's just right on top of this hill.
Oh, man. So messy, this map. So messy.
This map is the best.
It is.
This map is the best. There's no other map I can think of where someone can have a free 12-fish boom and then not be way ahead. Is one of my favorite maps. So good.
Another TC from Leary on the right side.
Yeah, and that's a good town center to place, but that doesn't necessarily make it good that you're about to lose the other TC. That's just desperation for when you lose it. You still need an answer for the crossbows.
He's got a mangonel uphill against that many crossbows and a mangonel from Sebastian, and he has to run away from the crossbows. Another archer range coming up from Sebastian. Still hasn't taken care of the open eco problem at home.
Yeah, I don't think you have the time for it. Also, Sebastian's mangonel was at 46 HP. It was just repaired, which is big.
Knights are coming in from Sebastian onto the original gold from Leary. Leary has to bring over knights to deal with that.
Sebastian needs to repair again. Leary's mangonel defense. So important.
Oh my God. Dude.
Leary will defend. The level's insanely high here, Dave. This is unreal.
Nice attack round there from Leary. Can Sebastian get this mangonel? He can't! And Leary's going to get the mangonel. No, he misses it again as the knights come in on the other side, and Sebastian has to reposition and try and get conversions again. Instant conversion targeting is beautiful, but the mangonel pushing up now from Leary again, and Leary loses it! Sebastian survives!
Dude, this is so good from Sebastian. Sebastian's crossbow number is ridiculous. He's at 25, man. I think ballistics is needed because now you want to be able to mow down the knights if they ever get close.
This repair
Remember, Leary
has healed up 62 HP from that monk. That's the only reason it stayed alive for Sebastian.
Mangonel from Leary
Really
from a
nice.
different angle. Nice micro again from Sebastian. Almost kills Leary. Leary gets the repairs. Leary getting devotion now. Leary with full water control. No
Fish.
one's on stone.
Fish are getting worse and worse for Leary, though. They're getting further and further away. They're taking shore fish from a long distance, so the numbers
Dude, that's
don't mean what
so
they
many
used to.
crossbows. So many crossbows. How important is this hill right now? It's everything.
Oh
Oh,
my
Sebastian with the split micro. Are you kidding me? Leary dodging as well, though.
Oh my god, bro, the micro on these mangonels and crossbows
They're
has been
insane!
insane! They're not losing units!
Insane! What's happening here? Finally, it's all going to fall apart for somebody, and it's going to be Leary.
Oh,
That's
man,
okay
he got
for
it.
Leary.
He got it. Yep.
He's got, dude, the knights underneath the TC.
Oh
I didn't
my
even
god.
look.
Oh my god. 4 monks back. Leary has devotion. He's
16
going to run
vills.
away. Well, these knights killed a lot of vills before. That wasn't just that raid.
Yeah, true.
They got
True,
a
true.
lot of them before. Sebastian, 45 villagers. Leary at 56. Plus the fish.
Leary's making a crap ton of knights. How is Leary still alive? There's still 7 monks on the field and 24 crossbows. 14 knights should not be enough. Both players microing. TC still alive for Leary. Don't ask me how. He lands a really nice shot, but the monks can just heal up the crossbows. I like Leary's game plan of raiding. You need to raid and then immediately hit with siege. That's the game plan here.
And Sebastian, like, sent the monks back for a bit, but then he comes forward again with them because he needs to.
Yeah.
He needs to put pressure on, which means the knights can go back again. Leary just fighting uphill with one mangonel at a time like it's nobody's business, right? He
Yeah.
finally gets punished for it, but the micro here from him has been insane. As the monks now head back to deal with this raid, Sebastian, does he see that in time? He's going to lose more bills.
Here come the knights. Mangonel goes down for both.
He's not paying attention at home. He sees them
Oh,
now.
that's so good. Well, actually, one of the knights has to be deleted, and Sebastian does notice. Dude, again, a castle. They're so far from it, but a castle would be so important here.
Oh, wow. Lucky from Sebastian. The TC on the right goes up in time, just on time, as those knights came over here.
What a game. What a game. Sebastian is just sick of this TC. He hates this TC, dude. But he refuses to leave that spot, right? He refuses to be fully distracted because he knows Leary wants to jump on top of this hill. Is there a point where Leary could take the engagement head on? It feels like he's getting close.
He's getting close. Yep, plus 2 knights. He's got 20 of them. It's just, if you get converted, then you have
Yeah.
a problem. And he's coming in here. He got 1 knight converted. Devotion's going huge, though. Might get a couple more converted. There's the second one.
So now there's 5 knights for Sebastian.
And here come the knights up the hill.
Here we go. I don't know about this. I think it comes down to if Leary's going to be able to get the hits with his siege. His siege is able to micro. Sebastian has to back away. Sebastian's going to lose the hill, but he has 30 crossbows still.
No ballistics. Big shot there from Leary.
Big shot. Sebastian needs to be so careful here. Pressure on.
Knights are trying to go after the mangonel, but he can't get there. Leary was body blocking it. Another knight from the other side. Leary's going to try and block that one, too.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. Leary is on stone, by the way. Leary has his own monks to convert his knights back. He's going to try.
More knights coming in to
doesn't
kill
get
the
the
mangonel. It's
conversion.
still
The
not
knights are
dead. It
coming
gets
in.
the shot. It misses the shot. Sebastian dodges around that, but the knights are coming in from all angles. Sebastian needs to get the conversions here. The micro is insane.
What is happening? Don't think Leary can take the hill. He's going to lose the siege. Sebastian's crossbows are still alive. He still
10
has the
knights
monks
only.
as well. Leary's knights are not going to be enough, Dave. It's not going to be enough. It felt like the moment for him. He had 20 knights. So many switch sides.
Villager
so
count is
many are
even
weak.
now. Villager count is even.
That's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Like, these players are just ridiculous. A raid now from Leary. Sebastian needs to get more on gold.
He notices it
But-
somehow.
Sebastian still has to get right back to pressuring this TC.
His
Also,
monks have
ballistics
gotten so
would
much
be-
value just like healing these units.
Yeah. I wish we had stats for how much
Well,
has been
you
healed.
you can see because you can see how much damage they've taken and how much HP they have. So
Oh, the
you can see
crossbows,
that.
I guess?
Yeah. You can see that they have almost as
Smart.
much damage taken as total HP.
Yeah, okay. I like that. Sebastian's still not on stone. He pretty much can't take the outside of the map. I'm seeing a lot of idle time for him and for Leary. Could Leary
with a ton
just...
of idle time, yeah.
Could Leary bring his knights and Vils to drop a castle on this new TC from Sebastian on gold instead of trying to retake this hill?
I think you're just risking so much there. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but like life is a risk.
I know,
it's
but
already bad.
From Leary's perspective, you're waiting for Sebastian to run out of juice because you've had the fish this whole time, right? So he's got to get himself out of that mindset. As the Mangonels go 1-for-1, and Leary kills more villagers on the right, and the villagers on the main TC too.
That's been the key for Leary. Is he right when Sebastian is microing to push the hill, he goes to raid, and now he's gonna try and that's such a waste there for Leary. That's such a waste unless he gets a shot. Micro from Sebastian. He'll take the Mangonel. The Knights are still raiding. The Mangonel's down. This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, Sebastian's losing a lot of villagers in the background here to these raids.
Yeah.
It's just whether Leary runs out of momentum, right? Runs out of knight numbers. He could just easily feed knights into Sebastian until he doesn't have enough to defend against this main push. But Sebastian's still not on stone, so he can't pressure that TC. The TC's taken 7,000 damage on it, and it has 23 kills.
That's absolutely insane. Leary should be dead, in my opinion. The way Sebastian is played with this hill, what we've seen on this map, Leary should be dead. And he loses his Mangonel to Sebastian. He ducks underneath the shot. But still, I mean, there's a couple things that Sebastian hasn't really been able to sort out. He still doesn't have ballistics.
Doesn't have stone.
That would help a lot with the crossbows.
Yeah.
He doesn't have stone. Neither does Leary now. But I still keep thinking that Armenians just do not get better with the Knights. So Leary needs this hill. He needs his eco to pay off soon.
God, this raid
Or he needs the big siege shots.
The raids are going to come in again.
The micro from Sebastian
And
underneath the TC. Look at that micro.
And Leary
It's crazy, dude.
is going to send the Knights in one more time to the TC from Sebastian.
Yeah.
At the back.
He's going to split sides. He's got Knights and he's got Light Cav. A new TC from Sebastian is huge. And Sebastian's going to lose a lot. Only monks have been coming back to deal with this. Or TC fire. Leary is split up.
Oh, God. Sebastian's losing so many. He's losing
Sebastian's
so
got
many.
a lot in the middle. Look at Leary coming in from multiple angles now, Dave. He's storming up the hill. The second the crossbows leave, Leary just storms up the hill. The crossbows are in his base, shredding his gold. But Leary's going to use the hill and immediately try and drop a castle. He just needs the stone right now.
He's losing a lot of villagers on his gold, but it doesn't matter. Sebastian gave up his one position that he could not give up. And Leary's killing everything.
I think Sebastian getting sick of not being able to break Leary.
Probably.
And he knew with the raids happening that he was going to eventually lose this game. Such crazy patience from Leary to wait for that moment and then take it immediately. 40 villager lead. Castle's up now. TC will be down for Sebastian, and this has got to be Leary's game now, dude. He's killed 100 vills.
100%. I mean, Sebastian just decided he wanted to push somewhere. He was tired of that. He was tired of getting raided. He thought Leary might bring his army back. He took a risk, and now he's in a situation with 49 vills where he just can't do anything. It's over.
This is just unbelievable defense from Leary. Unbelievable macro under all that pressure against Sebastian's incredible micro. More monks don't get conversions because of devotion. And now Sebastian's microing these crossbows just thinking, should I have left the hill?
Yeah. No.
Because the game just completely fell apart once he left the hill.
Ballistics was necessary, right? Stone earlier might have been necessary, but all of your focus, like he couldn't even defend his TC at home because all of his focus was on that battle. Had to be.
Yeah. I think
big Mangonel shot.
The
GG.
fight from Leary was absolutely insane. Once Sebastian had that hill, Like, remember the start for Leary? He lost 3 vills to Wildlife,
Yes.
and, like, how frustrating that could have been. He was 2 minutes later to Castle H, plus 2 knights with Armenians, constant raids, beautiful eco, somehow had 3 different TCs. The TC, as you said, took 7,000 damage, and he never went down there. What a performance from Leary today.
That was insane. Just casually defending with 1 Mangonel up a hill. And Sebastian couldn't push. He
Yeah.
tried, but he couldn't do it. He needed the stone. He needed ballistics. He needed something around his TC to keep it protected from those freaking knights that kept coming in.
I think Sebastian, he was fine with the first couple raids because he's just like, I've got, as long as I don't leave the hill, I'm going to break him.
Yeah.
But then after a while, when that TC still wasn't down, he was probably like, oh, this is just not normal. Normally, I would have won the game by now. So tough road back for Sebastian. He's going to have to win 3 straight. Leary is playing some of the best Age of Empires I've seen him play in a very long time. And the APM was off the charts there for both of them. Just both so freaking fast. This is EAPM, by the way. This is effective actions per minute. So this isn't really incorporating like a lot of the useless clicks you do. A lot of APM counters are in the 300-400s. They track a lot of other things. 150 EAPM, sorry. At times for both. Sick play. And Sebastian, I guess, is going to have to be happy with his draft, Dave. I still think his draft is really good. Losing with the Chinese there hurts.
Yep.
But Bohemians on Inundation or Grauple could be top tier. Saracens on Grauple. Koreans, maybe. We got Koreans or Bohemians for Nomad. Malians for Nomad. He's got some really good options. At least I think.
We're going on to Grauple. So he goes back to a map where he should have the Civ advantage. Saracens look really good there. We have to wonder, like, is it Bengalis for Leary? Is it just Lithuanians? Even against Lithuanians, Saracens feel pretty strong in the late game. Might struggle early.
I think Leary will go Lithuanians and just try and win the early game and hope it doesn't get to Elite Mamelukes if he's up against Saracens. That's my guess. By the way, what am I forgetting here? Sebastian obviously just played with Chinese. Did he play with Koreans?
Yes. Boundary Brawl. Very forgettable
What am I
game.
forgetting? Oh, yeah, okay. That's why I forgot it. My bad. Yeah, that's makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, if you're in Leary's position too, you're pretty happy to lose a game if they have to use one of the scariest civs out there. So this isn't too bad. Actually, looks like they've just switched it to Nomad. So Nomad, I think, is Bengalis for Leary. I would say
maybe Burmese.
Yeah, if he wants to say Bengalis. Burmese versus Malians, I would like. I think Burmese versus Bohemians, I wouldn't like. But you don't really know, right?
Why? I like Burmese versus Bohemians. What are you looking to counter with? You're looking to counter the wagons. I think Burmese are better suited to that than Malians are.
Yeah, I guess it should probably become a bit of a monk war, probably.
Well,
Thinking Skirm monk would be kind of tricky, but
we're wrong. He's going Bengalis on Nomad. So it's going to be Bohemians for Sebastian. It's going to be Leary playing as the Bengalis.
All right. So could see monks, but I have not seen a lot of monk play from Leary. So far, he's just played Nomad like a boom map, and he's got the best civ for it, so...
Thank you, Baldy.
Probably a little bit of fighting on water, and then dropping those TCs like he did against Nikov. I think he played down on this map. I actually forget. But the pressure's kind of on Sebastian in this matchup and in the series to be aggressive. So I guess you would maybe hope in some ways that you're close together if you're Bohemians. I hope we get a middle pond generation. And I want them to be on opposite sides of the pond. I want a pond with 4 fish to be really valuable.
I want them both to dock the pond and then fight over
at
the
the
pond.
start?
Yes.
They both
and
make
not
a
like
transport in the pond and just
not
pass
like
each
some
other.
Matza pond where it
Yeah,
doesn't
we don't
have
want
any
that.
fish.
Poor Matza. Poor Matza. Yeah, I
and
was watching that.
man, the first game of that set too, he filled a Krepos at 99.8% as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. The whole series was just. That's kind of like some players. They are where they're at because of their all-in plays, and
Mhm.
then they end up being underdogs. I think he was up against the toe, so it feels even more so. I respect it. High potential for an upset, high potential for a 3-0 with
Yep.
players like that.
You can't dodge that, Matt.
Wasn't going to bring that up. So, Nomad, game number 5. Will we have Leary in the finals? Oh, and we wanted a fun generation. We've got it. And let's see exactly where these players end up. We've got the TC from Sebastian in the very south. And seems like Leary's going to be pretty close by over here in the east, building his TC with the Bengalis.
Yeah, both on this side of the map, and there's a stone and a gold in between Leary and Sebastian. So if Sebastian can shut Leary down and keep him off of those, Leary might have some problems stretching out. Also, the docks are quite close as well. That could
Yeah,
hurt
now,
Sebastian more than it hurts Leary.
so you always start with a sheep, or I guess in this case it's a cow. I didn't actually know you could get cows in this. So that typically starts with a villager that is closest to the water. Now, in this case, Leary had a bunch of villas closest to the water. So he's docked the other side. But in Sebastian's case, he is not scouting the shoreline with his cow. He's bringing it home. So that might be needed, actually, because he doesn't see a boar yet.
Yep.
But had he scouted the shoreline, he would have run right into Leary, found exactly where Leary's fish is. So that's going to be hard to find, dude. Like, both of them are going to really struggle to find the opponent's dock location
Also,
in Dark
like,
Age.
if you're Sebastian, you're playing Bohemians, and you're just trying to go fast castle, does it really matter where Leary's dock is?
Yeah, maybe not. That's a good point. Maybe not. Here comes the cow scouting around the south here for Sebastian, and he does find backstone back gold. So Leary
Nice.
doesn't actually have that option. He has no gold or stone to move to
Yep.
if he gets pushed off of that golden stone. Did I say the word duck at all?
You just did.
Okay.
I didn't hear it before that though. If you like, is your chat calling you a duck?
No, they're
Is
just
it
saying...
because you're a quack?
Well, I mean, obviously, but I don't understand. People are just saying duck.
Maybe
I thought I
there's
screwed up.
maybe there's something behind you. Maybe something's coming at you, dude.
Oh,
Do you have your
crap.
cam on? It's like slowly approaching. They're saying duck, and you're just like, why are people talking about ducks?
Yeah. Very confusing. Well, the cow, as judgmental as I was, actually ends up being pretty good for Sebastian
it's
here.
done
Because I
well,
don't
and
think
he's
he found
gonna
anything
get
else.
another one. Yeah, he's gonna get another one. There we go. Now he's got 2 cows. Now they can be friends. Leary coming forward
Where?
with the Ville, though, and Leary's looking for
Ooh.
a boar. Does Leary see
Ooh.
this boar? He finds the cow.
Ooh.
Okay, and Sebastian will be like, oh, God, I got to get that boar in real quick.
Sebastian will think that that's Leary's TC, bro.
Maybe.
Right? Because he didn't see the house.
I mean, yeah, he's going to know it's somewhere around there. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So that's an interesting aspect. Hey, can I tell you something
No.
and you not make fun of me for it?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So growing up, right? You know where I grew up, just kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I would be over at the neighbors, playing basketball, playing whatever. And because there were no cell phones, in order for my mom to get my attention when it was dinner time, she would lean out the window and she would ring a massive cowbell at me.
Yeah.
So I could hear it.
Yeah, that's like standard.
Yeah, So I
Oh,
would say,
okay.
"Mom, I'm not a cow," and then she would just say,
Okay, that's the embarrassing
Whatever.
part.
"Okay, well,
Like the bell makes sense, but the mom, I'm not a like. How often did you make that joke? I promise
I don't know.
I wouldn't
I
make
thought it
fun of
was
you.
funny at
I
the
promise
time.
I wouldn't make it. It's funny. It's hilarious, dude. Very cute story.
yeah." Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Don't know if anyone can relate to that. So Leary's scouting on the shoreline with his cow.
So is
He
Sebastian.
found that there's no docks close by. And he also found the middle pond, which he's going to check pretty thoroughly. But he hasn't done any scouting to the left. And Sebastian is, ooh, yeah, he is scouting with the cow there. So he will actually find that dock.
And
But
he might
to your
find the
point, I don't
dock.
know if you change your strategy.
He might find the dock and not lose the cow, which could be huge. If he's paying
Mm,
attention. Let's see. Sebastian's going to lose that cow. He's going in. The cow is
Yeah.
deep.
Yep. So now Leary knows he's been spotted. But then we see this a lot. Now he has a cow on that side of the map.
And it'll find the other dock.
Exactly. That's kind of funny, dude. Like, Nomad is just so fun. It is so fun. There's so many different aspects of it. You have the matchups, but I also, never mind. I don't need to pump up the settings of the tournament. At this point, I think we like it. It's been fun. So lumber camp from Sebastian. This is not a fast castle build if he's rushing the lumber camp already. He's also got mostly everything else on food. And Leary is out of his boar and is also going to try and click up, and he needs to drop off food with his fish. Yikes, this is so painful.
Yeah,
this is the worst.
This is really, really rough here for Leary. So Sebastian's actually up first. Leary goes for another fishing ship. He has to drop off. Does he have enough from these? Yes, barely.
There we go.
Wow, but some idle TC time. So down a villager. That's going to kind of count against the 2 that he gets in the next stage. And Sebastian will only be behind by like 1.5 bills.
If Sebastian doesn't build an outpost where he lost that cow earlier, I will be very disappointed. Or somewhere near that. You need to know.
True.
I think Leary he knows it's obvious that Sebastian is not to the right. So that makes it life easy for him. He also saw a house from Sebastian kind of nearby. So
and he's seeing
should have
the
some
forward dock
indicators.
from Sebastian. So he knows that Sebastian's going to go for some water pressure. And he knows where his main base is. And he's walled forward around the gold and the stone. So he already scouted enough to identify that that's his major weakness. Sebastian, Sebastian needs an outpost, dude. Leary's going to go for an outpost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course he will. Leary now loses the cow. And did he see the TC? He didn't. But that's a house near another house. That's pretty much a TC location. Actually, the fog of war might spoil that's a TC. The little extra bit of scouting that happens underneath TCs, right?
Maybe.
How does that happen? You don't see the TC.
I don't know. Maybe they rang a cowbell.
Probably.
There's the outpost from Sebastian.
Yeah, that's a good move. Let's see the walls now. Also, the feudal time will tell him, and the second dock will tell him it's going to be a water fight. I think it's always beneficial for the player that is not boxed in with her fish here. And it might actually make sense for Leary to preemptively flee with 4 fish and just build a sneak dock somewhere else. Fire Galley is going to be funneling right through the choke point for both. And it's going to be 2 docks for Sebastian, and it's 3 docks for Leary.
And Leary's ships heal. So even if he takes some damage on the fishing ships, he can just pull them away. He's trying not to lose the villager, and he had walled her in before, but it's 3 docks production against 2.
Yeah.
So Sebastian is going to have to focus on trying to get to Castle Age at a reasonable time, because he will probably lose the water, and he will probably lose his fish. However, as we've seen, Leary has no respect for potential demos. No respect.
Here he goes. That demo actually could have been worse for Leary, but he noticed way too late. And nice job for Sebastian. He's also blocking perfectly, so 2 early kills here for Sebastian. I thought he would be completely outproduced, but early demo pays off. It just needs to repair here.
Nice
Don't
outpost
have
for
the
him.
same thing happen here.
And it's a barracks for Sebastian.
He sees Leary isn't walled in that area.
Yep, demo coming in. Demo coming in. Can you block it with the fishing ship? He's trying to, and then gets damage with the fire. Leary's looking for
Demo's
a really
coming
good
back.
demo. He's getting greedy with it. Okay,
That's a good demo, though.
Yeah,
That's a nice distraction at the very least. And now Leary's Sebastian's ship gets caught. Leary's going to lose his ship. Now repair is needed for Sebastian. The villager's going to get there, but is it too late?
and there's
It's
a
too late.
demo, and you're never winning water against Bengalis in this setup.
Beautiful play there at the
villager.
tail end there from Leary.
Survives. He's hiding behind the boar.
So this is kind of warning signs for Sebastian now. You're down 3-1. He did demo the fish right there. He demoed 2 fish. But you need something
Forward
more than this
range.
against Bengalis.
Forward range.
No way he's building a range there.
And he's making... Oh, I like this a lot. He's making another dock in that little bay.
Yeah, to sneak some fish out. And if he remains competitive, right now, Leary is fishing next to Sebastian's dock because he's focused elsewhere.
Yeah, one demo.
Leary could lose all three of
One
his
demo
fish
wrap.
here.
It's coming out.
Did he just move them? Or are they going back?
No, they're going back to drop off the food. So he could get
Dude,
rid
he
of his
just saw the
entire
range.
fishing eco.
Yeah, he's distracted. He just saw the range. But is Sebastian too distracted to see the potential for the demo?
Oh, he should be able to get that. If he takes out all the fishing ships, that would
Look
be
at Sebastian's
huge.
gate. Look at his gate. He's blocked the wall off. The gate is going to leave that one tile so he could delete his gate and the archers could hop out. The demo could still go. It hasn't happened yet. No loom for Leary, I'm just noticing. I think he's just noticing. And the archer is out.
And
So Sebastian's range is working.
Yeah, he's got the house and he's got the gate. So Leary will be forced into a range of his own. The demo comes out and it gets 2 fishing ships. That's good.
2 fish.
Really, really nice. So Leary's advantage was that he still had the fish alive, but Sebastian is adding fish in the center that Leary doesn't realize is happening here. And the archer is coming out and it's just being really, really annoying for Leary.
The thing is, too, in a no-fish type of game, the Bohemians can just toss so much onto gold with their gold mining upgrades and buy the food.
Yeah.
So I think that this is actually much better than it could have been for Sebastian had he not demoed the fish, had he not gone for the sneak range here.
And with all of this like pressure forward, I don't think Leary, in a standard game, Leary might look for other dock positions. But I don't know if he's going to think that Sebastian will be redocking somewhere else. He's going to assume that this is only investment.
You just want that extra 500 food helps you right now. You don't necessarily need the water long term if you're Sebastian. Look at him run off with the demo, though. We have a lot to pay attention to.
He's looking.
He's going to try and search for fish.
Yep.
So I think Leary, having gone into the skirms here, is going to defend from the archers, but he did need to invest a lot. Leary with the gates!
That's sick.
With the gate! Might not be enough, though. Archers are probably trapped. Another gate from Leary.
That's gate number 3.
Just to give the villagers some time? Oh, man. That is gate number 3. There goes the demo for Sebastian looking for fish. Leary's going to defend this. Beautiful play. Sebastian's demo is going to kill 1 fishing ship. Not what he would have wanted, but I like the res collected considering he's got the farms up. He took the deer. He's 1 market away from clicking up, dude.
Yep.
Just needs to buy a little bit of food.
And then a forward castle is the nightmare here for Leary. Right?
Yes.
Although he does have the houses here. So as long as he can force that castle back inside of Sebastian's base, it's okay. However, the gold is right there. So
Yeah,
I
man.
love the wall off from Sebastian. Oh my god, if he can get this wall completed, that's insane. Even a stone wall here would be amazing.
Well, he needs the wall everywhere because Leary can always delete a piece of his own wall and run through.
Like there was a game, it was Hera versus Cloud, and Cloud had Hera completely trapped, and the only thing he didn't do was wall him in. And Hera was able to sneak out with TCs and survive somehow out of like a 100% dead position.
Sebastian will wall there. Sebastian clicks up. Leary's also going to click up soon as he brings in a boar. He just needs the market.
Leary lost the dock villager against the demo.
Dude, look at this sneaky dock from Sebastian. He saw Leary's new dock. So he is going to also try and come back on water. If he can also get to stone, I really think it's important. You're against Bengalis. Bengalis have the better eco. He's got the fish. You've got to drop a castle. If he can do that and also kill the fish, it would just be the perfect double whammy.
Yep. And wall
But I don't know.
Leary in.
Maybe he thinks he's got Leary. Maybe if he kills Leary's fish and then Leary can't move anywhere, maybe he thinks he could just trap Leary in here.
Yeah.
And Leary can never escape. That might be decent too. Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, the more that's actually pretty good.
If you stone wall Leary. Palisade walls aren't going to stop anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Transport ship from Leary. From what dock? From that dock, which is nearby to the other docks.
That dock, yes. So which means he's going to scout the water. He has all of his ships on the other side, but he can always bring them over. I don't know if it's in time to stop his fish from getting sniped, though. His transport ship might even get
Yeah,
sniped.
that's what
in
I'm
all
talking
honesty.
about. The transport ship is going to come around to grab the skirms and grab the villager, most likely.
Sebastian's resources are looking really healthy. He could immediately drop town centers.
He
He
sees
should
the
snag the war
transport.
galley upgrade.
He sees it.
Is Leary bringing villagers for the transport ship?
Leary does not see the dock critically. He is bringing vills for it. He doesn't see the dock
Yo,
there.
these villagers
And here come
have
the
not even
fires.
questioned.
Uh-oh.
They're like, why are tickets for this cruise so cheap? I thought it was so much more expensive usually. Oh, God.
Get out! I don't like this. He escapes
Oh,
with them. That's
man.
kind of sick. Double TC here from Sebastian, and it's Monastery University from Leary.
Oh, man. those
Leary's
sneak
going up to
dots from
Imp,
Sebastian.
dude. Leary is going up to
No
Imp.
way.
He's going up to Imp.
What?
He's going to go Imp with a castle and Trebs
That'd be sick.
and monks.
Well, he might not have many fish. We'll
He
see.
won't
I
need
think
'em.
he can keep some of his fish alive. Sebastian's
demo.
3 TC. Nice demo there from Leary. And yeah, Sebastian, second TC on stone, perfect. Third TC on wood and gold, that's perfect. Eco upgrades looking really nice. This is great. But Imp from Leary.
And a 4 TC boom from Sebastian.
Wow.
That's insane that he can go Imp there.
I guess he had the fish. He had
Yep.
lots of farms.
Wow. Okay,
And-
so let's see if it works. I mean, it's going to be a strong push. He doesn't have that much eco to support it, though. 43 vills only.
Yeah. But he could, if he gets Trebs and monks, Sebastian has nothing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian would have to go with his own monks to counter this. But then you should be outranged by the imp monks, I think. I
Great
don't
job
know.
from Leary. He's still defending his fish on water, too. Going to shut down the fires coming in there. And
Look at the KD and then look at the resources collected right
I
now.
know. I know.
Leary's economy has been so good here. He only had like 5 fish over Sebastian. Not even. Sebastian did have to add 2 more, but to have more resources collected than the Bohemians when they're mining this much gold and stone, that's really, really difficult to do.
So, Sebastian anticipates, I think, the monks from Leary.
Yeah.
And he's going to go double monastery. He's also getting fervor, which can help his monks and his villagers. And if you're going to push back a push like this in Castle Age versus Imperial Age, Atonement monks is a good way to do it. You just have to drag them outside of the range of the castle.
Yeah. And it's good unless they also go for atonement and block printing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the concern. I don't know if Sebastian knows Leary's up. But this is an amazing play from Leary. We were worried about him, that he wouldn't have a lot of time. He would run out of gold. But if you're going to run out of gold, you need to push back this fast. This is so good.
Imp. Yikes moment for Sebastian. Sees Imperial Age coming in.
Leary has one warning here. Once he knows Atonement's in, he's going to do it himself. But if he overextends and loses all of his monks,
Sebastian's
this
going to
could
pop
be
out of the
really
TC.
bad.
Sebastian, you got to get your conversions in while you can. I think he missed an opportunity there.
a devotion from Leary. Probably his favorite tech in the game after the previous game.
And he's
Leary
gonna
will
get
see any
Atonement
monks
next,
now.
I think, right?
Oh, God. I mean, all the eco is right here.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to, if you're Sebastian, convert those monks anyways. That has to be your best play.
He's getting chemistry. Sebastian is getting chemistry here in Castle Age. Atonement is on the way for Leary. Devotion is in as well.
Is it correct to take the monasteries here instead of the TCs?
I think so, yeah.
I guess it's probably fine because you know it's going to be monks.
Yep. Atonement's in.
Only 4 monks for Leary, but
Illumination as well. No devotion for Sebastian, so he should
No, he-
lose. He did get devotion?
he did get it. He did get it. He just got it. Yep.
Okay, okay.
So Leary a little indecisive. He's got, okay, 1 on the monasteries, 1 on the TCs. And Leary is making monks. He's even going to add some scouts. Leary's been patient. He knows that the Trebs are doing more than enough damage. He doesn't need to really move out here. And I bet you he just saw that Sebastian's in that TC with those monks. He should be ready for this. There we go. Leary was ready.
Oh.
And Sebastian goes right back in.
Oh my god. He's not going to be able to garrison in that for very much longer, though. He's also adding in the hand cannons behind. Hand cannon monk for Sebastian. This is going to keep him in Castle Age for a very, very long time. And all this eco is now exposed.
I think it's going to seem crazy, but I think he can still win the game as long as Leary doesn't drop a castle right where those monks are standing right now. If Leary drops a castle so the Trebs can advance forward, it's different. This is nuts. Look at all the eco having to leave. Oh, man.
Sebastian going
Backup
for a castle now.
for Sebastian.
And a forward castle
eco,
from
though.
Leary. Leary will see that castle location.
Okay.
He's still
Leary has to be
chasing those
careful that
monks.
he doesn't convert
and the
too many
hand
vills.
cannons are now attacking them. The vills are trying to block. The monks will get converted from Sebastian. Leary can start converting with those now.
I don't know. Like, that castle's crazy for Leary. With one vill? 2 vills?
That is wild, actually.
He's got the Trebs there, but can he protect the Trebs? Let's see. There's hand cannons. There's monks from Sebastian. Leary's castle is still going up. Leary's monks are getting converted.
He got both of them.
Leary's Trebs could be a problem here. He just deletes the castle and places it further back with 1 or 2 more
Sebastian
vills.
needs to get out with all these vills to the south. He needs to migrate those
where?
now. He needs to migrate the left side of the map, dude. Left side of the map. It's the only place to go.
Someone get a transport.
Leary is almost out of gold in his base.
True. And there's not a lot of gold to be claimed in the area he's in right now either. But those Trebs, the castle's so critical. The Trebs are just fully protected by that castle from Leary. And the Ratha are slicing up so much eco. Sebastian's never going to get imp. Let's see the hand cannons now. Hand cannons are key with the monks from Sebastian. Dude, imagine this castle gets denied right now. There's only 5 vills.
He's attacking the monk instead.
Yeah.
He's attacking the
And he
monk
can't get
instead.
to the Trebs.
And
That
cannon's
castle's so
backing up.
key. Castle's
88
going to go down for
villagers
Sebastian.
Here for Sebastian. Castle falls. Rather trying to be converted, but they don't get converted. Treb's still attacking, and Leary will go for a TC forward as Sebastian just still tries to run with these villagers.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying his best. But, I mean, I know Leary's lower eco, but he took out 3 out of the 4 TCs.
Yeah.
And can now
Oh, he's
steal
definitely,
the farms.
dude, he's definitely winning the game. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
that.
It looked... It felt like if Sebastian could stop that castle with hand cannons and more monks, Leary didn't have a lot, but Leary just had just enough. And he's known that he needs to push forward without that gold. He's out of it now. He'll lose some monks. Get some conversions, though. Sebastian
He
will
still
not
has
wanna call
86
this.
villagers. He saved
Yeah.
them somehow. They're on the run. He's got fervor, so they're running a little bit faster, I guess. And the hand
And he's
cannon
got
sniped the monks. And Leary only
Yeah.
has 2 on gold now.
Leary, the only gold he can take is the 700 gold here.
Yep.
And Leary can't advance into the hand cannons
Nope.
with what he has.
If Sebastian can clear up these Trebs somehow, I don't know how, he might have a chance. And now he's cutting off the gold from Leary.
What in the world?
What a game.
Sebastian knows this, by the way. Look at Sebastian's vision.
What do we think about Rands with hand cannons garrisoned in them pushing that castle?
If the Ratha are out of position, you could try it.
Oh, the Ratha are in the north. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Monks
the
need to
Ratha
go
are a
get
problem.
conversions.
Also, Vill's escaping for Leary to go find a gold right now. That's something that Sebastian's going to have to stop, but I don't know how he does it. Hand cannon versus trebuchet fight. I'm going with the trebuchets. But one of the Trebs might go down.
Oh,
This
God.
is stupid,
They're
dude.
hitting all their shots. How do they hit all these shots?
Yeah, well, 14 on food for Sebastian. He lost most of his food
He's
eco. He's
converting the
being raided
Ratha?
with Wrath on the left.
Let's see if he gets him. He doesn't get that one. Does he get this
He-
one? He does. And he's tracked
Okay,
the
so-
Vills. He's tracked
Yeah,
the Vills
he's
going up for
chasing
the
the Vills.
gold. Leary, and he's converting the villagers that Leary had on the gold to the south. So Leary's still 4 on gold, bro. There's a chance. There's
There is a
legitimately
chance.
It's
There's a chance.
I don't know if it's likely, but there is one.
Yeah. Oh, but you can't lose your monks.
No, you can't.
One of the
You
big
gotta
things
start
is that
converting
Leary,
with them.
you might want to delete those monks, honestly. It feels so bad.
Now, as long as you're converting with them at the time, you might be. Oh, wow.
He deletes
Okay.
them. He actually deleted.
The enemy
and
monk.
He must have deleted, and then with the, the lag
Final
between the
frame.
decision
Yep.
to delete, ended up deleting Leary's unit after he got the conversion. Oh, man, but there's just so many monks. Lycav now is such a good addition.
And now there's a gold that Leary can take. The Trebs are pushing forward. If the hand cannons can snipe the monks, maybe. He's got to get the Rams over here to garrison in so that they can get close to the monks so you can pop out and shoot them. Castle now
Leary
from
just
Leary.
needs... Yeah, dude, Leary's so smart. And you don't think about Leary when you think of an all-in monk-style push. But when you're doing this, you always need the castles to protect the push. And creep in. And even if he loses his army, which he might, if he completes this castle...
The Rams need to come out from
cuts off
Sebastian.
even more of the map.
The Rams need to come out from Sebastian. They're waiting in the siege workshop. There's a mangonel there as well. Hand cannons are very strong here.
Leary... It's the same thing as before. I think Leary's actually going to be in jeopardy of losing this castle.
Castle from Sebastian, potentially. Ratha are coming in. Hand cannons running
He thought
from
about it.
The Lycav. The Rams still aren't here. The Rams need to be here, dude. If the Rams were here.
Sebastian's rushing this down with every single thing he can to stop this castle, Dave, but the castle's going to go up. The castle is Leary's best friend here, and it's right next to gold, and Sebastian has to run, and now here come the Rams.
Late. They're too... Imagine these showed up 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think every time he'd look over there to think about it, there was always some Lycav and some Ratha, so he was worried that it'd go down, which they will do here.
Does the Treb even die? Leary
You know what's
is gonna
funny?
save that.
Sebastian still has more pop.
I know.
He still has more pop.
And look, he can drop 2 castles.
Yeah.
He
Does
killed
like,
the Treb with the
transport-
Ram. Let's go.
Does he transport around the castle, drop the main eco from Leary? I
don't even know.
I don't know what to suggest. Unfortunately, he needed the Rams. Rams hand cannons, and he had a chance.
He killed another Treb.
Oh, he
There's
took
only
another
2
Treb.
Trebs down. There's only 2 Trebs left.
Also, when these unpack, Leary's going to lose these Trebs too, because they take way more damage.
Yep, Leary lost all his Trebs.
No way, dude. No way, dude.
Sebastian's living.
Okay, is it worth selling 2,000
Yes.
stone
Yes.
to buy food to go in?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Maybe
Is it
1,000.
also worth to transport villagers to
Because
Castle
that's what
Drop
he's
Leary?
doing right
Yeah.
now. He needs to complete that stone wall, though, so the light cav will stop coming in here. And I think he's sending villagers to do that. Man, the hand cannons actually ended up being super clutch. How is Leary going to deal with this? Does Leary notice this? As Sebastian comes over, he can afford to spend the stone. He's not placing it up against the shoreline. He's placing it right there. And he's got to distract Leary now.
Yeah. He could also make hand cannons from that
He's
range,
sending
too.
more
I mean,
villagers.
well, that's probably a good move. You got to get imp here, Sebastian. Like, it's less about vills. It's more about imp options for the monks. Look at these Ratha get shredded by the
will
hand
get
cannons.
destroyed, yeah. Man, Sebastian.
Oh, my God.
Sebastian.
What? Leary doesn't know the castle's going up in his base, and Sebastian's on the way to him.
He's on the way to him.
Sebastian gonna live? Is he gonna live, dude?
He's on the
got
way.
it walled off. Leary can't get gold long term. He's just got the gold underneath
He's
that
transporting
castle.
Rams over to Leary's base.
Let's go. No way, dude. You could just hear Leary right now. He's like, come on, are you kidding me? The score would make Leary think he's already won the game, but
Castle's
once the
up.
Castle's up.
And Castle's...
Once a couple wagons come out of there, like, this gets messy.
Yeah, the one Treb from that side can start clearing this area. Chemistry's already in, so that means... Oh, we could see another castle from Sebastian inside
Why
of Leary's
not?
base if he can
Why
find a
not?
spot. Also, the fire is going crazy against the villagers on the shoreline, too. Like, Leary's just losing track of stuff that's
Yeah.
happening here. And the
He's trying to
Bengalis...
push.
Bengalis and Imp against Bohemians is not good.
No, it's not.
It's not good at all.
But Bracer's in on the Ratha now. So before he was
Okay.
just going melee mode. He's got Bracer. He's got 3 castles to produce Ratha. So that should be good. But I think that if Sebastian can just make skirms with Bracer, with the hand cannons, with some monks, he's still good. Really important Sebastian doesn't lose this TC, though. That's his imp TC, Dave. That is his imp TC.
Oh,
He is
God.
trying to drop a castle.
Oh, God,
He
he
is
needs to
ramming.
repair.
He is
Sebastian,
distracted.
he's trying to repair. He's repairing with everything. Leary must know that's the MTC now. You can see the villagers repairing. Everything is on that. He's out of wood. He's out of wood.
No!
He's out of wood.
No!
He's out of wood.
No!
You got to repair.
No! The Vills are getting hit. It's fine. The Vills are getting hit. The TC's not getting hit. It's saving him. But this is such a good raid from Leary. He'll make it to Imp Dave, but what's he gonna have?
No farm eco.
He's got nothing.
3 on food for Sebastian. It's 9 on food for Leary.
Yeah. It's like, congrats, you made it to Imp. You can't make anything out of your castles. You can't make anything. You can't research anything in your blacksmith. Leary finally caught up with military and just shifted fully out of monks. Fixed his eco. Got some crazy kills. And Sebastian is going to be overrun anyways, I think.
Oh, my God, dude. What? Oh, it felt so close, though. And Sebastian's going for another forward castle. GG, good luck in the final. What a final game there. Sebastian, the fight from this dude is incredible. But Leary's Leary's pretty close to, like, perfection.
I really think
amazing.
Leary, he showed he has everything so far in this tournament. But what a way to top it off here, to essentially be stuck, lose your fish when you think you have control, and go 1 TC all-in push. The castles that Leary placed, maybe not the first castle, because at one point he placed the castle a little too far forward, but those castles are absolute textbook. If you look at any low eco arena-style push, it's you bring the monks, you bring the trebs, but the castles are your best weapon. Without the castle spots, he wouldn't have won any of those fights for a while.
Yep.
But because he got that hill with that gold, he was able to get to the Ratha and push Sebastian back. Leary is playing some of the best Age of Empires I've seen. Sebastian was playing some of the best Age of Empires I've seen from him, and he just lost 4-1. So I'm excited to see Leary in the final tomorrow.
Yeah, double 4-1, but like we had some insane games. We had some very long games here, and this one was one of them where we thought Sebastian was completely cooked. He tried to get back on it. The Stranded game was so close as well. Like, these two put on a really, really good show. Leary is going to be in the finals. Sebastian, unfortunately, is going to be in the 3rd place match, but it'll be ACCM versus Leary, Tristan, as a final. I mean, that's insane. We never had that matchup in a final before. Never.
No, I don't think we have. And the other thing about that matchup, this matchup here was a story of 2 really high-level meta players with similar strategy, similar speed. ACCM and Leary are 2 very different type of players, right? ACCM is going to want the messy games. He said earlier he loves the messy games. He's going to fight until his last villager is dead. I think Leary's probably the slight favorite, but I really can't say that it's convincingly going to go either way with who ACCM has been able to beat, who Leary's been able to beat this tournament.
Yep. So much fun.
I'm just excited.
Just so much fun. I love these
all
games,
the games
man.
are good. It's
so
it's very rare that we see a 4-1 that is this fun, right? And Sebastian's going to look at this and say, Stranded could have gone a little bit differently. Maybe this game goes slightly differently, and we would have gone to a game 7. So fun stuff, dude. Well played to both. Well played. And we got an interview with Leary, actually. Forgot about that, unless admins forgot, Leary forgot. Maybe Leary's got to head off.
He's in the thing. He's already in there.
All right. Let's
join him.
Do that then. Leary, congratulations, my friend.
Hello.
What a finish. How are you feeling after the all-in there?
Excited. Halfway through the game, I realized I have no goals on my side. So I was like, well, only one way to end this game.
Okay, so was that in Feudal? Or was that...
It was like in Feudal when I explored... Well, in Dark Age, I explored that I was kind of an island, like Nikov was yesterday in my games.
Yeah.
And then I looked around and I had 0 gold, and my transport didn't work because he redocked. So yeah, my gold was running out, so it had to go down that way.
Sick. Well, congratulations. You head on to the final tomorrow. Just want to ask a few questions about the series and like Sebastian's a really good player, 4th seed in this tournament. I failed in some ways. You two are very similar. How did you feel confidence-wise coming into the series today?
Pretty good. I mean, we have somewhat similar styles. We both like to micro, play with army, play aggressive, take advantage of map control. So we're both similar in that regard. But I pulled some messiness out of myself today. So worked out pretty well.
Okay.
He also had some interesting choices today. Like, did you expect the forward castle ballista elephants in the first game?
Dude, the first game started off wild as well. Like I was like happy I killed one villager, and then I was like, of course I'm too greedy. I'm taking 2 boards from him. Like, what is gonna happen, you know? But after our feudal age, when I got into his base and killed 1-2 vills, I took him off berries, his woodline, forced him a tower. I knew something like that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the ballista elephants, but I realized in time.
To be fair, you did a really good job. I think you did better than most people would, actually walling behind the woodlines immediately. I think a lot of people would have got punished from that.
I still have my BF roots in myself, so
Yeah, true.
those help.
Well, so you win the first game. Game 2, I mean, shoot, I like instinctively was going to game 2 to ask questions, and I remembered what the game was. And it
19 to
was
2 KD. Yeah.
it was just not very
Boundary
close.
brawl game.
So I'll just ask, like, how high do you rate Romans there? Obviously, there's like Huns, maybe Goths, obviously Mongols, but are Romans top 5 there just because of the overall eco, or was it just like a later pick in the draft?
It was the best civ I had remaining in my draft. I
Okay.
was kind of considering. What else was I considering? I was considering Lithuanians as well, because they also naturally have more food. And maybe some other strat in that map, but the Romans worked out pretty well, because I don't want to be stuck in a galley war against Koreans, right? They have all things cheaper, so I had to do something. I was a bit under pressure in that game.
Were you worried about your draft a little bit, looking forward to like Graupel as a map?
Garoppolo would have been interesting. He had Saracens there.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah. Not sure how I would have approached that. My
One
hopes
game
were
at
I
a
didn't
time.
get to that game, but
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. My other civs were pretty well though. Were pretty good. So Bengalis and Nomad pretty good. Lithuanians, well, Lithuanian pick is in hindsight questionable, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, so Stranded, I mean, what a game. Obviously your TC spot. So I don't know if you know this, but because you
TC was
TC'd so
garbage.
fast, right? But because you TC'd so fast and he walked to get to the wooden gold, you were
Yeah.
even on eco. You're actually like slightly ahead of him in eco at one point, which is rare against Chinese. But yeah, you're obviously your gold was forward. Do you know what happened on your walls there?
I looked back. There was a spear. I saw the spear coming from like a mile away, right? I was like, it's just a spear, whatever. Suddenly he has 2 animals on him. I was like, what? There was no way. And then another Komodo dragon, I believe, came out of nowhere as well. And suddenly I'm down 3 villagers and I'm open. It was crazy.
Did you see the archers as well? Like obviously you saw them later on, but I think maybe the first time you saw them was at your TC.
I saw them when they were hitting my houses. Thank God they didn't get in.
Okay, they helped the Komodos kill your villagers over there. They snuck a few shots.
Yeah.
But let them get the
Oh,
final
they came
kill.
in from the bottom?
Yeah.
You thought the
Oh.
Komodo got the final. Well, the Komodo did get the final hit, but the archers helped. And then had Sebastian actually looped to your gold and your wood, I think you would have had much bigger problems. But he went behind your TC, which gave you like an extra minute to get some skirms out.
That's where they came in. I thought they came in from the north, through my TC.
No.
And I was like, am I blind or how did I miss that?
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, so like, dude, you didn't have the hill on that map, which is so huge. You did have the fish, but your Armenians making knights. So did you like your chances? Your score was high.
Yeah,
but
I kept
like,
looking at the score and told myself, looking good. Mako is still alive. But then I look up the hill, 5 miles in front of me, and I was just like, well, it's gonna be a tough one. So I had to raid quite a lot. So it worked out.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Dave?
was that. I mean, that map is just resulting in
Wild.
insane games. And I saw you pushing forward with the knights and raiding at the same time. So you were like timing when you were going to attack versus when you were coming in with the raid, so he wouldn't notice it, which is really nice. I think really.
Yeah,
nice
it's like the
touch.
only way to beat that. Because if I just run my forehead first into his army in the hill, it's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
Since there's like a passage there, there's like 5 monks waiting for me, 40 crossbows.
Your TC
So,
took
yeah.
7,000 damage, dude. Like
How
that
much
thing.
rest did I waste on that? I'm not even sure if I should have kept preparing, but I guess it was good after
I
all.
mean,
It
he
was
got
it was
so
good, I think.
frustrated. He came in with the
I can,
crossbows at the end because he got so frustrated he couldn't push it.
trust me,
Yeah.
me too. Pushing up a hill. But yeah, I
um,
got some counter damage in.
how big a fan are you of the devotion tech after that game, and like even the next? Because I noticed you get devotion super early right now, and
Yeah.
obviously you converted a lot. But I feel like without devotion, if this was a year ago or however long, it could have been way different.
Yeah, without devotion, I might have gone for monks on my own. Monk siege,
Mm,
because I have redemption, he doesn't.
yeah,
So there's that, but felt like at some point I'm gonna need some damage on that map
yeah.
since defending 100%, not losing a single villager uphill is just impossible. So
Okay, so you win 3-1 there. You move into Nomad. I think no question that Bengalis and Bohemians are good on Nomad.
yeah,
But your position was weird, right? So like your
very.
opening was solid. Then things start to get messy with the range. How worried were you? Just kind of give me your thoughts on the final game.
When I saw he was going water, I was very happy as well because my build I had like a pretty clean dark edge. I could afford 3 dogs instantly, and I didn't think he could. So I was pretty confident to win water, so I was already ahead there. Then I realized I have no gold on my map except the one.
Yeah.
So I have to end this game soon. It's like I have to go. And then I realized he's doing a range on my island, which I didn't really mind at all. I think he didn't even kill a villager. Like, sure, he forced me to make a range as well, but I have fish at the back, so my eco is just
Okay.
way better during all of this process. And then he took back water. I didn't plan to go first in, but when I saw he took back water, I kind of had to, since I couldn't transport my way out, so. And without gold, Bengalis, not really the best stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight being 2020 and all, I think it was probably your best play.
Yeah, for
So
sure. It's the
it
only
was
way
easily
out.
the best play. Yeah.
For sure.
Man, you played well today. Are you kind of scared of ACCM the way he's going? Like 2-hour games incoming?
I'm gonna cancel all my plans for tomorrow. That's for sure. Gonna prepare some pre-made food. It's gonna be a long set. It's gonna be a tough one. But yeah, let's see what he has cooked up for me.
I think ACCM said, we asked him, did you think you were dead in a game? And he said, well, I don't think I'm dead until I'm 20K score behind.
And I wasn't
So,
even 10K. Yeah.
That explains a
yeah.
lot, actually. That explains a lot.
Awesome. We're not going to ask you any like strategic questions because obviously you got a final, but do you consider yourself the favorite tomorrow? Do you think it's 50-50? Give me your thoughts.
I think a final is always crazy with all the emotions, all the nerves coming into
Yeah.
play. So it's hard to
Yeah.
call a favorite, but I do like my chances of winning.
Okay. I
You
like
think it
that. Well,
impacts
sick.
ACCM because he hasn't really been in many finals before? Like, do you think
Let's
you have
hope
the
so.
advantage there? Let's hope so. Okay. Maybe he turns into a beast, dude. You never know. Maybe
you never know. I mean, the maps suit him a lot, right? He likes those hybrid, aggressive, messy maps, so it's a pretty good tournament for him. But yeah, he's been playing sick, so let's see what comes ahead of tomorrow.
Okay. So, final question for me. Have you been playing practice sessions for this tournament? You've looked very in shape for me. Even the earlier rounds, I was like, oh man, like there wasn't a whole lot of figuring it out. How
Mm,
much practice have you been putting in, and like discussions behind the scenes to get prepped?
You know, when this tournament got announced, I wasn't that motivated to practice or to get in shape or like to try hard so much for it. Since I'm not really a Nomad player. Well, I like Nomad every now and then, but mostly in team games. And those maps are like the opposite of my style, right? But then I looked at the seeding, and I was surprised I got seed 9, so I felt like I had to change some things. So that kind of
Ah,
motivated me a lot.
okay. All right, we'll make
Mm,
you like seed 25 for next tournament just
Yeah.
randomly.
yeah, give me Hera first round. How about
All right, awesome, man. Well, Leary, thanks for your time, man. Obviously, rest up, and best of luck to you tomorrow in the finals.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Thank you.
All right, GG's. All right,
Man.
man. I mean, we said it already, right? The 4-1s, maybe not as convincing on paper as the 4-2s, the 4-3s we saw in the quarters. But holy crap, these sets were crazy. Both of them were basically 3 hours, and the games were super close. It's going to be an amazing final tomorrow.
Yep. What time? Please remind us and remind me as well. What time is our final scheduled to start tomorrow?
Well, so third place match starts at 15 GMT, which is 10 a.m. Eastern. That's a best of 5. That'll be the losers from today. So Sebastian Vinchester should be a good series. But then the final is immediately after that, maybe like after a 15 or 20-minute break. So I would say, roughly speaking, maybe 17 GMT, maybe noon Eastern for the start, the final tomorrow. So people have to keep an eye out. But
Yeah, we'll
best of
keep you
7,
updated. Yeah.
and yeah, just keep an eye out, people. It will be live tomorrow. It should be sick.